Survivor's ready. Go!
Travis spoken.
Boston Rob and Amber are gonna do it.
This is a business trip, as I like to say.
You, Brad Culpepper.
I'm tired of you and the fucking chicken.
You can call me the puppet master. They can be my little puppets.
It's not like you're making a deal with the devil here.
You get to milk your own milk, I guess.
Who the hell voted for me?
Chicken.
We got enough rocks here, too. We could build a pretty decent shelter just using rocks.
I'm supposed to talk glamour to you. You understand that better?
Direct from Hobart, it's time for the only Survivor podcast in Australia dedicated to Survivor, bringing you all the latest interviews, episodes, and opinions from the greatest reality show on the planet. It's Survivor Oz, and here's your host, Ben Waterworth.
Good morning, good evening, and hello everybody, and welcome once again to Survivor Oz, Australia's only Survivor podcast, as we come to you for a season preview episode. Yes, believe it or not, they're still letting us do these things. We are coming to you to talk about the 32nd season of Survivor Kaoh, Rong. Yes, there are plenty of things about what could go wrong with this season, and perhaps we are here to discuss the potential things that could go wrong. This is our 7th ever preview episode, started back in Caramoan, and we've been going by every single season since. Lots of hits and misses along the way. And we're here to mainly misses, maybe right those wrongs, as there are only a couple of us here tonight. Maybe this is just a strategy we're doing to provide something a little bit different. But it's also a very Tasmanian episode tonight, and we're sticking to our local flavour, and we're all within probably an hour's drive of each other, and yet we're all sitting on our own computers in our own houses. So go figure. Speaking...
Oh, you're not in your own house, are you?
Well, I'm in another house, but whatever. That's Noah Groves. He's from Snug. Noah, welcome back to this show.
Hi, welcome. Thanks, me being here back on the show.
I just totally thought that I would try something...
We're cutting down on the length of these by only talking half
Grammar,
sentences.
improve, good on Oz Survivor.
Cutting out the unimportant words.
Yes. We only need to say a few things here. And also joining us, where are you this week, Paul? You're in South Hobart still. Paul Luttrell. Paul, welcome back.
Yep, still in South Hobart.
I thought you were in Sandy Bay.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Looking forward to this. What's going on?
I thought you were in Sandy Bay. I completely forgot, but you moved like a year ago. So, I remember where our Ozlets are located. But so the 32nd season of Survivor, just pumping through the numbers so quickly, really. We've celebrated the 15th year last year, and now we're just high up the numbers, and it's exciting to talk about this. And of course, we're back to all new players. It is another Brains, Brawns, Beauty season. We're back in Cambodia. Of course, this season, technically, in a way, you could say is season 31 because it was filmed before season 32, but it's not. It's still season 32 right now. So we're not going to really see any references, of course, to the last season because they had no idea what the hell happened. And if they did, well, they're very smart people. But just quickly, initial thoughts of this season. Obviously, we all remember our dear old friend Jared Elliott a couple of seasons ago. His very famous introduction saying, I don't know what to think because I haven't seen the season yet. So I always have to bring that up every preview episode. It was funny at the time. Noah, what's your vibe? What are you thinking? Survivor Kaoh Rong.
I like the cast, and I may be in the minority on this 3-person episode by the sounds of it, but I don't love it, but it's really hard to gauge it, like Jared said, before it's actually started. So you really don't have much to go off, and often our opinions change on people as we go along. And I'll stress that now, that if I say something about a cast member, don't hold it to me, because I may change my opinion after the premiere episode, but... not sure about the theme again. It doesn't upset me, but it just seems a bit unnecessary and a bit lazy. But overall, I enjoyed this cast. There's a few kind of quiet ones in there, and there's no huge standout characters, but everyone seems like they have potential, though.
Mr. Luttrell.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge with these things because I think even the most self-aware people can come off sounding like complete dickbags on these kind of previews. I think even someone like Spencer, who is probably one of the most self-aware players to have played in the last few years, I can remember absolutely hating him in the original Brains vs. Brawn vs. Beauty preview cast thing. So yeah, it's hard to get an accurate reading on what these players are going to be like. They're obviously talking themselves up. They've been kind of prepped to do that. Some people are better at that than others. So yeah, once they get out there on the island, I think it's going to be a very different thing. And I'm betting on the fact that I will change my opinion, just like Noah said.
I completely agree with Paul, because I have to say, coming into this season and looking on the cast and videos, this could be the most unimpressed I am with a cast in a long time. I'm not...
Wait. We started cast assessments in Karamoa.
We at least had 10 returning players that we could at least have something from.
Yes. Philip and Brandon and Francesca.
You know I like those people. But, like, there's nobody...
Dawn, I mean, there's
a couple of people here that are like, okay, yep, cool, but no one's just, like, screaming out to me like, wow, this is going to be so good, and I've kind of got a real bad feeling about this season. But this is me. This is Ben Waterworth. I have a very long track record of having horrible predictions. So no doubt in about, 6 months' time, we're going to be talking this up as the greatest season of all time. So don't take my word as gospel, people. No one ever does anyway. But
I think...
Yes?
I do think that Paul makes a good point, though. I do think this cast is quite self-aware, even if they do come off a bit... not douchey, but a bit arrogant and egotistical. But yeah. I did notice that this cast was quite self-aware. Like, the blonde kind of prissy girls, they refer to themselves like, yes, I know that I'm like this. And the guy, Nick, he even says, yes, I know life coaching is BS. And there's mentions that it seems like a very self-aware cast.
Yeah. And Peter says, which I found really weird, said he was a narcissist, but that he knew that about himself. That's a weird thing to say. Surely if you knew that, you'd try and change it. Or something.
Yeah, I see that. And I mean, it's not that I absolutely hate them. I mean, there are some absolute standouts here that I'm going to talk up that I know. There's one in particular that I'm going to just talk the absolute hell out of, and I know I'm going to be shot down straight away because it was similar to somebody else in another season who I'll compare them to. But and that person actually ended up being liked in that season anyway, so perhaps I was onto something. But it's
even if there's a few like duds.
But
here,
that's
I don't think
what I
there's
think.
Anyone incredibly unlikable.
But that's kind of what I think my vibe is at. And again, let's just point out in any preview episode, we've learnt from our past, but like we say this based off watching a 3-minute video and reading a bio. We've never had any interaction. This is just based purely on this, and our opinions will change dramatically in the coming months. So this is just where we're forming them. But just watching some of these videos, some of them were just so kind of bland, and it's just like, okay, you're aware of yourself and you've done this, you've done that, fantastic. But, you're mentioning Spencer, Paul. Straight away, Spencer, you're having an opinion on him. I like him or I hate him. There was no one really on this that straight away you're like, oh, what an asshole, or, oh, I love them. Like, they were all middle ground people. I'm like, so to speak.
I think one good thing about it is there hasn't been a lot of hype from pretty much anyone, and you'd think that that's a bad thing, but in Survivor, the seasons that received hype were Karamoa and Redemption Island and Worlds Apart. So that gives me a lot of hope, because this is like Cagayan. Cagayan didn't have much hype at all.
San Juan del Sur.
So that's why San Juan del Sur, that's why I do have hope for this season, because Probst isn't hyping it up so
it's a
much.
very good point.
I feel like it's in a similar situation as kind of like Vanuatu coming off the back of this big All-Star season, and I think that Vanuatu is probably a grower. I think that it definitely
and Nicaragua. I 100% agree with that, and that's what I've always had a feeling.
We're gonna love Kaoh in 5 years.
Well, that's the thing. I've always had that feeling about this season, that it is not going to be well received because of the fact that it's coming off Cambodia. But again, it's just exactly like Vanuatu and Nicaragua. That as you said, Noah, 5 years time, this is just going to be a favourite. But look, we're really getting ahead of ourselves. We haven't even talked about who's on it yet.
5 years in the future.
One thing that we should point out, this is, we mentioned Karamoa. Of course, Karamoa was filmed and then it didn't air to a year later. This is very similar. This was filmed from March the 30th, 2015, and it airs February 17, 2016. So nearly a year's gap, and I really look forward to getting these guys on the show, because it always fascinated me with Karamoan people, particularly the 10 who had never played before, because that is such a long time to kind of know what's happened and have to keep that a secret. I mean, bloody in September last year, none of us knew who these people were. Okay, it sort of had been leaked. But it's still just, I don't know, like from my personal perspective, I'd be just wanting to scream it out from the rooftop, I was on Survivor! But you kind of can't. But, I mean, it's just got to be such an interesting perspective for these people, and particularly the few on here that look like super fans, who no doubt would have been dying to be able to talk about this. I just think that's important to note. We'll start off with the twists. There's sort of there's a few main ones here, but kind of again, at least we're not going super gimmicky. Yes, okay, Brain, Brawn, Beauty. Only, 4 seasons after it happened? I guess the obvious question there, Paul, is it too soon? I think you kind of mentioned that before, but too soon to have this already?
Yeah, definitely. I think that we had, it's only been, 4 seasons? This will be the 4th season following Brains versus Brawn versus Beauty, the original. We had Worlds Apart in there as well, which was pretty much the similar format. Yeah, I think 3 out of 5 seasons of the past 5 now will be that format. So I think that they could have done something else, maybe even a return to something traditional or something completely different. But I think that by now people are starting to get a bit over this format.
Noah?
I think any season is too soon. I don't think it's a twist that should be recycled. And recycled twists rarely work, but it's not the end of the world because they're going to mention it in the first few episodes, then it will never be mentioned again after the tribe swap. But at the same time, it just seems so lazy. Like, they could do something else. And I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm the biggest advocate for 3 tribe seasons ever. But maybe give it a break for a few seasons. I don't know if we need another 3-1. I'm not that excited. Like, if this was add 2 more cast members and have a 20-person, or drop 2 and have a 16-person 2 tribe, because we really haven't had a proper 2 tribe one since South Pacific, maybe. One World, you could say, technically.
True.
But we haven't had a proper newbies 2 tribe season in a long time.
Nicaragua, actually, if you want to be technical, if you take out the...
If you want to be super technical, Nicaragua.
Well, San Juan del Sur was 2 tribe, but I guess
but
there was the Love One.
If you take the blood versus water side out of it,
confused it a little bit.
So I think you could still come up with a dumb twist because they have to have a gimmick in New Survivor, apparently. But do a 2 tribe one. Drop 2 people, add 2 people.
Add 2 people, make it 4 tribes.
Yeah, I'd like to see 4 tribes back. I'm probably in the minority with that, but yeah, I'm not complaining too much because I do like 3 tribe seasons. I'm just saying maybe give it a few seasons before you go back to the twist again. Like, technically, you could say that Cambodia was a 3 tribe season too, so we've basically had it in 25, 28, 30, and 31, and now in 32. So it's getting a bit stale, but I don't know why they have to do Brains vs. Brawn, and they're really not hyping it up either. They're kind of hyping up the Medivac angle more so than the twist, but it's not a big deal. I just wish they weren't so lazy and they came up with something a bit new.
It's funny actually. It should be called like Survivor Band-Aid versus Bandage versus
Survivor Death,
something like that. Yeah, I'm a huge 3 tribe advocate, always have been, but yeah, it might be just getting a little bit. It's lost its kind of specialness, hasn't it? It was kind of 3 tribes. Now it's just like 3 tribes. So as we all know, generally the second time they use a twist, it doesn't necessarily turn out the best. We might argue that with San Juan del Sur, of course, if I can speak properly, Ben. But, I personally think it's too soon to bring this back so quickly. And to me, it's not, like, Kaoh, it was really obvious Brains, Brawns, Beauty. You had some straight away, like, whoa, they're hot.
For the most part.
Yeah, whoa, they're brawny. Whoa, they're a brain. Like, this one, you've maybe got 1 or 2 on each tribe, and the rest are just kind of like, oh, they're a brain, or oh, they're a beauty.
Yeah, if you gave me this cast and got me to divide it into what I thought it would be, I probably wouldn't get it completely accurate.
It's interesting. It's interesting. Sorry, Paul, I didn't know if you were about to say something there. Just quickly, the main twists. Obviously, Brain vs. Brawn vs. Beauty, 3 tribes. The one that's been really talked up, though, Hidden Immunity Idol. Current format still applies with it, but if you find 2 idols, you can create a super idol, which essentially turns it into the Tyler Perry idol. So,
Right.
it's just
what we needed.
I thought Captain Planet was going to jump out or something.
Yes, Captain Planet. It's so essentially they've just worked out another way of bringing back the Tyler Perry idol, or the
it's the worst
Cook
thing.
Islands idol, or something like that. And just one thing quickly too, which I'd like you to both address. This hasn't been confirmed, but of course the rumor is circulating out there in terms of the jury. I should say stop right now if you really don't want to be spoiled about this. But this is sort of a rumor. Nothing's been confirmed. But apparently that there will be a twist that a person will somehow have the power to remove a jury member and take away their voting privileges at the final tribal council. So, Noah, what's your take firstly on Super Idol and this rumor about the jury vote at the end?
Well, I forgot about that jury thing, but my response to that is last season the vote was 10-0-0. The season before that the vote was 7-1-1 or 6-1-1. The one before that was 5-2-1, 6-2-1 or something like that. The last time we had a close vote was, I think, season 21, maybe season 23.
21.
Thus, this twist is redundant and won't have any impact on the game. That's that one done. Super Idol, Tyler Perry 2.0. I don't hate idols like a lot of people seem to hate them for some reason, but it doesn't seem something. They're getting a bit too gimmicky with the idols, hiding them at camp. They have special different powers and that. I have a feeling it won't go to use. I don't know if two people will connect their idols. I don't see that happening. If it does, it will be one tribal council that's a bit different, and after that, it won't even be a thing. So, I guess I'm fine with it. I don't even know. It's okay, I guess. Will it even be used? So, no strong opinion one way or the other, really. It just seems to be unnecessary, but it's fine.
Just before, Paul, you give your opinion, so just, I guess, to clarify this, maybe if I didn't explain it properly. So, if we have a situation we had in Cambodia where Jeremy had 2 idols. So, if somebody has 2 idols, they can still play them as a normal idol, so they present it before the votes are read. And then that way they've still got 2 idols. However, if they have 2 idols, they can combine them to play them after the votes are read, similar to what we had.
But does it only save one person?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have better odds of both the people just playing them normally then, and having greater odds of saving both people then?
As in
Maybe.
2 separate people, or...
Well, 2 people have their idols. Well, it's very unlikely that one person will find 2 idols again. That only happened because it was a 2-tribe season. It's very unlikely. Well, it is not unlikely, but I think they're really going for, your alliance member is also going to have an idol. That's the way Jeff Probst explained it. And if that's the case, then both people just play it normally and increase your odds.
So you're saying, Ben and Noah have an idol each, we work together and save Paul after he gets voted out to combine our powers. Like Captain Planet.
But Ben and Noah are in trouble and neither of them won immunity. They want to make sure they're safe. They both play their idols. There's no way of either of them going home. Option 2, Ben and Noah are in trouble. They combine it. Noah gets the idol. He's saved. Ben goes home.
But sorry, Paul.
What it is...
You go, Paul.
But it's a super...
Sorry, Paul.
You could give it to anyone. Okay.
I see.
Right. I was going to say that you could, if you had 4 people in your alliance and one of them was going to get home, you could just give both of them to whoever got the most votes after the votes were read.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But are people that selfless?
Well, no. Paul, sorry. Yes, please give your thoughts on this.
Okay. Yeah. I think idols play an interesting part in the game, but once they get too much power, it takes the fun out of it. They no longer become or stay as a strategic weapon. They're more like a safety net. And that's not fun at all. I think that Yule in Cook Islands, it took the fun out of that season because he had, just too much power. There was no chance of him going home, and he walked it in to a win. Why they call it the Tyler Perry Idol, that kind of annoys me as well because they give him credit for something he didn't come up with. But then again, you probably wouldn't want to have credit given for that because it's terrible.
Bring back the Mike White Exile Island.
The other twist as well, so you can take someone off the jury. That sounds really interesting, actually. I think that could really sway things, and also I think it's a good way for someone to get a bit of a revenge on someone, even though they'll probably get the last laugh anyway because they'd be sitting at the final tribal council. But yeah, these don't sound like they interested me that much overall. I think that the taking someone off the jury sounds like it could be a bit of a game changer, but it's almost overshadowed by the other stupid twist.
I'm calling it the Captain Planet Idol because it's when our powers are combined. I am Super Idol. Super Idol. Here's our hero.
Yeah.
The Captain Planet Idol. Good job, Paul. I'm giving you credit for that. So we're gonna stick with that. I want Alina to make us a Captain Planet poster with the idol.
I should also say that it's essentially going to take out the spectacle of seeing someone with two idols get voted out. If this had been around when James Clement got voted out in China, then we would have lost. We wouldn't have had that
James
piece of history
still wouldn't have known to use it. James would have still gone.
But did they clarify, do you have to Captain Planet it before the tribal council, or can you, when you get voted out, say, oh, by the way, we've both got idols, are you going to give it to me? All right, we're safe. Do you have to Mighty Morph it beforehand?
Well, it makes it interesting, because that's what I was thinking, because, using that example before, like Noah and I, and we can save Paul, but, like, if you were in a tight alliance, maybe this is what Jeff Probst was coming at, like, if Noah and I are in such a tight alliance, but we know the power, and we don't have to play either of our idols, and then we can just see what happens, and fuck, Noah got voted out, should have played an idol, however, let's combine them, save Noah. Yes, we've both lost our idols, but you're still saving your person, so I see the strategy side of it. I feel like you probably
have to do it beforehand, and I feel like you probably have to have it in your possession when the vote, so I don't feel like you can probably give it to someone after the vote.
It's fascinating, kind of just how it's
To be honest, I only read about it once. I should have read more about it. They probably answered that question.
We're so prepared here in Survivor Oz. We've only had 3 weeks to read these, and
I wasn't in the freaking country.
I was in Japan. He actually was in Japan. Like, we're not.
Were you?
Well, no, I was. I was there. Didn't you see me? I was near that place that sold stuff.
Should have said hi.
Yeah, you should have. So the three tribes we have now. Ben Waterworth prepares to butcher the tribe names. In the blue corner, we have Chan Lo. Yes, Brains.
Yeah,
all right.
Chan Lo.
We'll call them.
I can't actually see it because I'm on the CBS website. It's just called Brains on here.
Yeah, good.
Well, they're blue.
You get it right. It is. Brains is how you say it.
Yes, well done, Paul. Beauty will wear yellow, and they're Gondal.
Yep, you got it.
Gondal, Fondle the Gondal.
Gandalf.
Gondal.
I'm just going to call them the Fondle tribe, because we're going to fondle the Gondal. And the Reds, that would leave, of course, the Brawn, wouldn't it? Toe-Tang? Toe-Tang.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang.
Sounds like something they would sell on infomercials for your feet or something.
Toe-Tang.
Order now and you can get 2 toe-tangs for free.
Give me some of that toe-tang.
But wait, there's more. Call within the next 30 minutes to move for ride. Free steak knives.
And 1 extra gondol.
You can fondle your gondol right now with your Chan-Lo. Oh god, we've started already.
These are really running out of ideas for tribe names, aren't they?
Let's start off with toe-tang. Get your toe-tang with Brawn.
Everyone get your toe-tangs ready, we're going in.
Now, if you have never listened to a preview episode before, again, leave it that way. Leave now, don't continue to listen, but we'll each give our thoughts, and then we'll each give a finishing position of where we feel they will finish in a boot order. And I also do have a couple of other Ozlets who aren't with us tonight, have sent in their boot order as well. So let's start off with Alicia Holden, 24-year-old real estate agent from Dallas, Texas, comes into this game saying her personal claim to fame was making a bucket list of adventures that she wanted to accomplish. She went out and did it. She bungee jumped in Indonesia, hang glided in Rio.
So her claim isn't that she made the list. Her claim is she completed the list.
She skydived. She jumped off the stratosphere in Las Vegas. She went face-to-face shark diving in Australia and interacted with uncaged tigers in Thailand. This woman's a badass, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, we'll go through some of these in a minute. But Noah, what's your take on dear old Alicia Holden?
Yeah, you really started with a bang, didn't you? Yeah, one of the ones I have less opinions on out of all of the cast. She could definitely be on the beauty tribe, that's for sure. Don't know why she's on the brawn tribe. Like, I'm willing to see how strong she is in the challenges, but at least Sierra, I know that they weren't brawns, but they were blue collar. At least she was like a barrel racer, physical thing. What is the thing that is supposed to be Alicia's brawn aspect?
Well, her dad was a boxer and kind of trained her a little bit.
Yep.
Apparently.
Yep. Oh, cool. That answers that question. So she's got boxing. So she's like Parvati then.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't Parvati, model boxing or something ridiculous.
Foxy boxing.
Foxy boxing. That sounds like a fondle your gondol. Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on her, really. I feel like she's going to get a lesser edit, unfortunately, but I also don't feel like she's going to be out early. I feel like she can glide through, and Braun will probably win a few challenges. She can probably glide through to the merge, but I'm not sure she will have a huge impact on the season, unfortunately. She is kind of one of those ones that I just didn't have a strong opinion on either way. So I'm hoping she really shines, and given the fact she says she is most like Cass, maybe there is something missing. I'm missing here with Alicia. If she's like Cass, I'm very interested to see the Cass angle come out. So hopefully we get angry Alicia throughout the season, but yeah, not too much to see here.
Mr. Paul.
Yeah, the whole time I was watching her video, I was just thinking, take a breath. She just spoke so quickly, and she didn't break once. She had this monotone that was just blah, blah, blah. It was almost, it's the same accent and the same kind of mannerisms as she spoke as Rob Zbachnik. I thought the way she delivered her words. Something about it that just really rubbed me the wrong way. And I think, the fact that she said she's most like Cass kind of tells me that she probably only watched Cagayan before she came out here, saying she was the last woman standing. There have been many last women standing.
Don't you normally pick Parvati for that thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think if she hadn't watched the season.
Or Kate.
Yeah. But yeah, she seems like she's really annoying. Yeah.
I
don't see her going too far.
Just got to go through here, and again, we read all this with the no ill effects here. Inspiration in life, grandpa, grandma, fantastic. Grandparents, fantastic. Doctors, firefighters, and nurses. They all save lives physically, but my grandparents lead people to be saved eternally. They are my heroes.
Oh.
That's sweet. Yeah, pet peeves. People who lie and can't be straight up.
Oh,
good game to be playing,
that's
love.
A bad pet peeve.
Yeah,
maybe do the Amazing Race.
And can I look? I have to point this out. This is one of we all have our irks about what people say in these things. If I could have 3 things on the island, what could they be? I would have a camera because capturing moments are priceless. What are you on?
There's so many cameras out there.
You are on a reality TV show. Unless you are invisible, you are going to have plenty to remember your time out there. So,
in edited form.
Yes. But look, she seems nice. She is. She looks older than 24. She looks very mature for her age. So good on you, Alicia. And Alicia spelled Alecia. So we've had a few Alicias on the show, but could be one up there with the most differently spelt version of it. Because we had, Alicia and Alia, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a stat there because Survivor Wiki doesn't have any. Where's Alicia finishing, Noah?
I need to preface all of my things in saying my rankings are so ridiculous, always wrong, and I really just did random ones this time because it was so hard to figure out.
Oh,
But-
that's interesting.
But I'm going to say Alicia is 7th, just because I feel like she'll slide through and maybe be like a Sierra Dawn Thomas, who's a bit quiet and will go out somewhere around middle merge-ish.
Paul.
I think she's going to be pretty standoffish, and I reckon she's going to rub a few people on the Brawn tribe the wrong way. And I think if they lose a challenge, she'll be the first one gone from their tribe. So I'm going to say 17.
17th, all right.
Second boot.
Jared's got her at 16th, Patrick at 7th. Let's just preface Rossi's predictions that he's predicted Caleb will finish in every position. So he is trying to get guaranteed 2 points somewhere, which he will.
You sure they weren't Caleb's votes?
Maybe.
They sound like Caleb's votes.
Alec has her finishing 3rd and Ryan 9th. I have her at 12th. I don't really see a whole lot from her, sadly. Again, seems like a nice person, but sorry, Alicia, don't hold a lot of hope for you, love, but we'll see.
Was that a pun?
Yes.
You're not holding a lot of hope?
Very much so. It was wrong of me to think you would not get that. Let's toe tang this up a little bit more with Sydney Gillon, 23. She's from Douglasville in Georgia. She is a bodybuilder, and her personal claim to fame is receiving her International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness Pro card at the National Physique Committee Nationals. It's a mouthful. In 2012, she was junior at Penn at the time, just turned 20, had to train 3 times a day, not including track practice, in order to make her dream happen. Good on her. Sydney spelt Cydney as well. What's your take on Sydney, Paul? The person, not the city.
Yeah, her video, she's another one that spoke so quickly that I could barely understand her at times. I think that she has qualities that'll probably take her far in the game. She's pretty bubbly. She seems like a bright personality, but then again, she's a bodybuilder, which I feel like people who are really kind of into their bodies and stuff, they start to really get worn down when they start to fade away, when they start to lose muscle mass and everything. They panic over that, and it doesn't seem like she's got a lot of kind of body fat to kind of lose, really. So she might be another one like I forgot. I'm going blank now. In Kaoh. Who was the big guy in Kaoh that went early as a poker player?
Garrett.
Oh, Garrett.
Garrett.
How
could you forget?
I don't know how I forgot that name. I was blanking. But Garrett. Anyway, I feel
There's
like
a few
she might
Garretts
get
on this
into
cast, I feel.
might get into the same kind of thing there, where her body goes into shock a little bit. But other than that, there was another thing. She was referring to herself as having multiple personalities or something. That was a bit off-putting. I don't know how that's going to go down with people, but she's talking about how when she's this person, she can be really eloquent and whatever, and other times she can be, I don't know.
So she's
whatever.
2 contestants?
She's 3.
I'd love it if her confessional name down the bottom had different names.
Change the names.
Different personality.
Classic.
Like
Sydney and then Monica.
That would be so funny. Can we have that?
Oh, yeah,
And her job is
Another
split
thing is-
personality.
3 things on the island. 3 things she would take to the island. Branch chain amino acid supplements. Yeah.
Well,
Sounds like the infomercial.
I need my vitamins.
Noah.
I like Sydney. She's bright and bubbly, and apparently she's 3 contestants. I think I missed that a bit, but I kind of mixed up this application thing, and I read 3 things you could bring to the island: obnoxious criers, bigots, and overly weak people. But I think my website glitched there because that's her pet peeves. But they're pretty standard pet peeves to have, though. Like, I think bigots should be everyone's pet peeves, perhaps. Yeah. Or maybe beyond a pet peeve. Isn't a pet peeve supposed to be a little irk?
I slightly hate it when people are bigots.
What's an overly weak person?
Me.
Overly weak.
Personal jinx.
There's a threshold if you're below that.
Yeah, I like her though. I thought she was entertaining. I'm not sure about her chances in the game. She seems like she could rub people the wrong way. At the same time, if the same thing goes with Braun, how they stayed like strong for the entire, never lost a challenge, then she could be getting a ride to the merge. But it's cool to see like a young bodybuilder female contestant. That's a bit unique as well. So she definitely lives up to the Braun name, unlike a lot of people on the Braun tribe. So there's that. But yeah, I don't love her, but I enjoyed Sydney's little video, and she seems personality in her written thing for sure.
The Survivor contestant you are most like kind of stands out to me. It seems like it's another one that she might have only watched Cagayan.
Well, we're too in and we haven't had a party
Maybe
yet,
that's one of her personalities. Tony might be one of
that
could be one of her split personalities.
They got a speak. No, Ben, do not bring back Tony.
Is that Irish?
Irish Tony.
One of her personalities. Oh no, I'm Irish Sydney.
Irish Tony.
Irish Sydney is here to win the challenge.
I'm sad her name isn't Douglas, because it would be funny if she was from Douglasville and her name was Douglas. Yeah, that joke failed.
Douglas
one of her personalities.
Yes. I like... what did I like there? Why she thinks she'll be sole survivor. I believe that I have the tact and discipline to make it to the end. If I make it to the final three, I'm confident I will get the needed votes because I will have created relationships and story that my fellow tribemates would want to vote for. Oh, that's sweet. And she wants to go on the show to win money for medical school as well as helping her mother around the house, so she doesn't have to decide which bills need to be paid on. That's sweet. Good on you, Sydney. Yeah, so where's Sydney finishing? I will say I've also got Ivan's prediction. Sorry, Ivan, we were a bit late to the party in preparing this. Who did we just talk about a second ago? Alicia. Ivan has Alicia finishing second. Wow, okay. But when it comes to Sydney, I've got her at 15th. I'll jump in there. It's not that I don't like her, I don't sadly see her sticking around too long. Noah, where do you think she's going to be?
Well, one unfortunate trend in Survivor that I've noticed is the outspoken young African-American female contestant doesn't seem to do very well in the game, unfortunately. Like, if you think back to Jatia, was fourth out, if I'm not mistaken. Marissa, Jervis's niece, she was out very early. Roxy from Philippines was out very early. It's an unfortunate trend, but it's certainly a trend. So I hope it's not true, but I've got Cindy also at 15th place.
Sheep. Paul?
I've got her at 12. So, yeah, I think that what you're referring to, Noah, is the Angie Contz. I don't know if you're familiar with her kind of Survivor character archetypes that she does.
No.
But I think she would probably place Sydney
I just heard
in the
Angie and I thought Cookie.
But she basically places into archetypes, and the archetype that Sydney might fall in, I'm not sure if she would do it, but I would probably say it's the "Oh no, you didn't," and this is Angie Collins. But yeah, typically
all I want from Sydney is a "fuck you, Scott Pollard."
Yeah, but then again, Natalie from San Juan del Sur was an "Oh no, you didn't," and she won the game. So who knows?
What is an "Oh no, you didn't"?
It's essentially a young, sassy.
That's more like a stereotype than an archetype.
I think it's a young, sassy woman who.
But then wouldn't
is probably a little bit outspoken and standoffish.
In that regard, wouldn't Nadia also be an "Oh no, you didn't"?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, so she went first. So yeah.
So Natalie, was she also? Oh, you talking about... Sorry, hang on. I thought you were talking about Natalie White, and I'm thinking, like, Natalie White isn't
No,
"Oh,
no.
no, you didn't."
What qualifies?
She's like,
as
"Oh,
"Oh, no,
I'm
you didn't
sorry,
stop
you
speaking"?
didn't.
Oh, my
Natalie-
word.
Natalie
I'm
Anderson.
sorry, you did. My word, I didn't. Well, I keep forgetting there was another Natalie who won Survivor. All right, Jared has her at 11th, Patrick at 12th, Rossi has Caleb, Alec has 12th, Ryan has 12th, and Ivan has her at 5th. So, not a lot of high hopes there for Sydney, but we'll see how it plays out. Continuing on the Brawn, Darnell Hamilton, 27-year-old from Chicago, a postal worker. Personal claim to fame, graduating college. It has been a long and hard road, but I did it. I was horrible in high school because I didn't give a damn, not because I wasn't smart. I like that, because I didn't give a damn. He's honest. Now I have finished college, and not only that, I did it with a 3.47 GPA while working jobs all day and night. So he's a very hard worker. Good on you, Darnell. What are we thinking of Darnell, Noah?
I like Darnell too. I don't love Darnell, but I think he's a bit of a character. I'm not sure if they're going with the Dan thing here with the postal worker. Like, are they trying to emulate that? I don't know if Darnell will be the next Dan, but that
male model.
Yeah. I think they just want lots of postal puns in there.
Yeah. Is he going to wear like a male escort shirt at the reunion or something? But yeah, he definitely had personality. I loved when he told my dad was from the projects, my mum was from the projects. He's definitely like outspoken and charismatic, that's for sure. And I like his kind of story where he says he's going to tackle the game with street smarts over book smarts. And maybe that could even be the twist. Street smarts, book smarts, and no smarts or something. I'm not sure. That could have been the twist over Brains vs. Brawn vs. Beauty. But I think it's an interesting story. I think you probably need a mixture of book smart and street smart, not one or the other. I'm not sure what definitely wins you the game there. But he's fun, though. I think he'll be a character. I hope he actually gets a bit of an edit. He doesn't get like the Will Sims, where it's just no edit at all. I love that he mentions Sean Rector in Contestants Here Most Like, but I do question his comment where he says, I can say I want to play the game like Boston Rob, alright, yeah, Tony, alright, and Sean Rector, because they were in control the whole time.
Yep.
So I love that there's a Marquesas reference, but I feel like Sean Rector was almost always on the bottom of every alliance he was ever in. So it's cool that he name drops Sean. I'm not sure. Maybe he's either a huge fan or he just happened to watch Marquesas in preparation or something. Because Boston Rob and Tony are pretty standard answers, and Sean Rector stands out like a sore thumb.
He's got JT there as well.
Yeah, JT's in there. So if he mixes JT, Boston Rob, Tony, and Sean Rector, then he perhaps could win the game. But yeah, I like Darnell. I don't know about his chances of winning the whole thing.
I love the fact.
And is he a Brawn?
I don't know. There's definitely a lot of questionable tribe ones.
What is his Brawn attribute? Like, he could be strong.
He likes gaining knowledge, fishing, and working out.
Oh.
Although I will say, his press picture, no disrespect to Darnell, but he looks very scrawny. So, like, I don't...
Yeah, it does.
Just quickly, I mean, I love the fact, he randomly mentions Sean Rector, but this is one of the best answers I've ever seen on this bloody thing. If you could have 3 things on the island, what would they be and why? Sunglasses so I can hide from the ugly contestants.
And then he's got an iPod so I can tune the haters out. Pack of cigarettes.
Pack of cigarettes. Oh, that may be difficult for him.
We're gonna have Shane Powers 2.0.
Yeah.
Sunglasses like, you're ugly.
Have the coconut iPod.
Oh God, Paul Darnell.
Yeah, I like Darnell. I think he offsets a lot of the other male characters who are all very serious and monotone and whatever, whereas Darnell seems like he's going to go out there and have a bit of fun. I'm not sure about his chance. I think he could go deep. Not sure about his chances of winning, though. I think he might just step on a few too many toes and might even jump sides, just the way he's talking about his gameplay and his strategy, saying how he's basically going to use his street smarts and things like that, which seems like he might be out there to overplay a little bit, but who knows, might get to the end and not get any votes. But I don't know. I'm interested to see how it pans out.
I want to encourage other people who think they're useless and do something worth value. I also want to become the best survivor ever! I want to be forever remembered as the ultimate survivor. So, alright. Thanks, Darnell. I like Darnell. I'm not trying to, take shit on him. I actually like him too. I would like to know where he's finishing, please, Paul.
Oh, I've got him at number 3.
Oh, okay. All the way to the end. All right, Noah?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to one-up Paul, and I'm going to say equal second.
Oh, okay. Right, I thought you were about to say the winner.
I feel like he could get it. He could get there, but I feel like he may struggle getting all the winning votes in the end.
I've got him just on halfway, 10th. Just early jury I've got him at. Jared has him as runner-up. Patrick at 4th. Rossi at Caleb. Alec at 14th. Ryan at 11th. And Ivan at 6th. So, there you go.
Oh, a lot of high ones for Darnell.
Yeah, Darnell getting the love. All right. Speaking of people getting the love, Jennifer Lanzetti, 38, from Salt Lake City, Utah. Good to have another Utah contestant. She's a contractor.
She can't be 38.
She's amazing for 38. She looks like she's about...
She's 27.
I was literally about to say 27. She looks like she's 27. You look amazing, Jennifer Lanzetti. Good job. Her personal claim to fame, I was a bit interested here, coming back to life. I was like, oh, but then I actually read it a little bit further. Coming back to life after endometriosis, cancer and drug addiction, getting my engineering degree and starting my own construction technology company. She's done it all. Wow, she looks amazing. Done it all.
She's lived in her 38
She
years.
is Captain Planet. Jennifer Lanzetti. She's our hero. Paul, what do you think of Madam Planet?
I think there's a bit of craziness in there. I thought there was something kind of that wanted to bubble to the surface and kind of erupt, and I'm thinking that might happen in the game once she gets out there and the conditions start to wear her down a little bit. Well, I'm a bit torn. I think that she could be fairly interesting, but maybe she might just fade into the background. It's a tough one. I like some of her answers for the reason that they kind of, I don't know, they tickle me. The Survivor contestant you are most like, says something, Kim Spradlin. And it goes on to say that I earn respect like Kim by telling you how it is. Kim did not do that. She did the exact opposite of that. She didn't tell anyone how it was. No one knew how it was, and she walked to the end. But yeah, I don't know. I think she's in a good tribe, and they might take her far.
Might take her far. Noah.
I think I like the idea of liking Jennifer more than I like Jennifer, if any of that made sense. Because that was amazing when you just read out some of her profile there. I'm like, yes, she is amazing. But she kind of talked a bit, just, I'm Jennifer, I'm a construction worker. And we do have to remember that sometimes the people within the pre-game things are completely different in the actual game, and either they're tired from the fly, or they just don't really care about it, or they're playing up to a certain character or whatever. So it may not be representative of how she is in the game, but she didn't seem too interested. Like Sarah Lucina was kind of one of those ones where she was just like, yeah, I'm a cop, blah, 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 blah. But she was a bit more lively, well, kind of, in her season.
She was?
I do like the pet peeves. Slow drivers, people who chew with their mouth home, people who end a sentence with a preposition, when girls say the word like, and arsehole. So I like that one.
It's a pretty broad answer.
I too don't like arseholes.
Well, I mean, let's just point this out there. Does she mean people who are assholes, or like the actual body part? Because look, you know.
Well, she said ASS, asshole. Like,
well, if you didn't have one, then you would be blocked. So, move on.
I don't think she's being that literal. Yes, definitely move on. She's definitely a brawn. She's a contractor, and she's done all that stuff that you were talking about, and she does look very strong. So that's going to be interesting. She was the one who said that she had a friend from season 22 on the cast video, and I've discovered who that friend from season 22 is. And that friend is Jonas Otsuji,
of course,
who's not from season 22, but we all make mistakes. So,
well, they're both from Utah. So.
Are they?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, not from season 22, but she may not be a fan, so I guess she's not expected to know all the numbers if she's not a big fan.
Well, she said Kim Spradlin is...
Well, we do have to remember that not
Also
everyone who
Jones.
goes on the show are fans, and they're not expected
Yeah.
to be fans.
If they don't like Kate, they're not
so-
fans.
Yeah. But maybe she's a fan and she just said the wrong number while she was out there and she had to slip up. Who knows? But that's cool that she knows Jonas, though. So I think I may like Jennifer, but this is one I'm really having trouble to gauge in the pre-game and really will have to wait till the show. But she definitely has potential. I'm not sure how big of a character she's going to be when the season starts. So.
You totally stole my assholes reference. I was going to bring that up. Thanks, no.
Well, I think she gets credit for it.
Well, you're talking about not knowing numbers. Let's count 3 words to describe you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 she uses. Blunt, not fragile, and badass chick. There's 6 words there, Jennifer.
Is badass one word, like fun lover?
Well, it's hyphenated, but it's still 2 words, isn't it? Even if it's 1 word, it's still 2 words.
Well, check with Tyson.
But what else has she got here? She loves adventure racing. Awesome. She has construction knowledge, loves to cook, play games, and is fun to be around, never quits, can fast for days, and I'm a hard worker! Exclamation mark. I just can't get over the fact that she's 38. She does not look 38.
She could be on the beauty tribe, hands down.
Absolutely, I agree. I like the name Jennifer. So, is this the first Jennifer we've had? Jenny? We've had Jenny?
Jennifer Lyon.
Oh, right. Well, there's over 400.
Jenny Goose on by.
I'm allowed to... Well, that's Jenny Goose on by and Jen Lyon. It was never Jennifer Lyon.
It is Jennifer Lyon.
Well, whatever. Like, I'm sure it's Jennifer Goose on by. But...
It could be.
I'm just talking about the full name Jennifer. Not Jen, not Jenny. Just...
It was Jennifer Lyon.
Don't steal my point, all right? All I said was I like the name, all right? Calm your farm, all right?
I like the name Jennifer too, and
good.
Jenny.
Paul, do you like the name Jennifer?
And Jen.
Do we all like the name Jennifer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. What would you,
pretty good.
Paul? What would you prefer her to be called?
I've heard better.
Yeah, if you could have any name for Jennifer Lanzetti, what would it be for?
Jenny Goose on by.
Here's Jenny Goose on by, back again.
She was robbed. She should have been on second chance. Bring her back
Yeah,
randomly. Put her on. No one would even know that she's a returning player. They'd just think she's a new player.
Do a Gabriel Kane and just apply again and see if he is. Oh, you're awesome. Oh, I've been on before. Oh, shit.
Bring back Goose on. And pros will call her by the last name. So, Goose on by. When's
I think Lanzetti. She's going to get called Lanzetti. That's such a great name.
Lanzetti? That's the last name.
Lanzetti!
Yeah, we should be taking note of who has last name potential here.
Isn't that a question we ask at the end? No? I don't know. Well, it can be now. Where now she from what I haven't sort of read a whole lot of fan feedback, but to me she seems to be getting a lot of pre-game love, including from some of our Ozlets. Patrick has her as the winner. Alec has her at 8th, 17th for Ryan. We're not getting love there. Ivan 16th, not getting any love there. Rossi has her at Caleb, and Jared has her at 12th. I have her at 8th, and Noah, you have her at.
I just had so much trouble gauging her, so I put her roughly in the middle, so 11th for Jenny Guzomba.
Paul, where do you have Jenny?
I have her at 14th.
14th. Perfecto.
14th.
Perfecto. Lanzetti. Good name. All right. Continuing on with the brawns, as we get to our penultimate brawny. Kyle Jason, 31 years old, from Detroit, a bounty hunter. Doesn't look anything like Boba Fett to me. His personal claim to fame, besides his family, it would be becoming an NCO while in the army. Now, can somebody please tell me what an NCO is? Anybody?
A non-computer object.
We've got Google in front of us, and we're trying to just... Are we all NCOs?
Next child operation.
Next. Is it non-combat operative?
New
non-commissioned officer. He's a military officer who has not earned a commission. Okay. Such is also called a sub-officer. I apologise for disrespected anybody's positions in the army there. He worked his ass off to get there, and he did it in only 3 years. So I'm guessing becoming an NCO must take longer. Okay, this to me is Max Dawson mixed with Matt from Caramoan. But I like him. I think Kyle looks cool. And bounty, that's such an interesting profession, like bounty hunter. Wow. Paul, what do you think of Boba Fett?
Well, he looks more like Dog, the bounty hunter, than Boba Fett, I think. He seems very blunt and straight to the point, which I don't know if that's the best kind of quality to have as a Survivor player. I think you need to be a little bit, conservative and able to kind of step back from it a little bit and not just blurt out whatever you want to say and lose your temper. But he does seem like a really interesting dude. I think that bounty hunting definitely got to have a bit of courage to do a profession like that, I think. And I think he's going to be pretty good in the challenges. He talked about how some other guys might be in shape and whatever, but they're just pretty muscles, whereas he has kind of strong muscles that are actually good for using, I guess, not just looking good in a mirror. What else does he say here? He mentions Russell Hantz as being the player he's most like, which could be interesting. It could be entertaining to watch. I'm not sure if that's going to help him win the $1 million. It didn't help Russell. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Noah?
Well, yeah, I don't think being Russell Hantz did help Russell win. I agree with that. But yeah, just to extend on what you said, because he is the only person that has ever truly played the game the way it should be.
Yeah.
I love that he says that because it's going to make for an entertaining character. But I'm not sure if I agree with him. I respectfully disagree with Kyle's comment there. I think being a bounty hunter probably warrants your spot on a Brawn tribe, would you say? I think that's at least explains why he's there. I think he's definitely an interesting character. They're going for interesting people who have had a lot of weird things in life, or not weird things, just a lot of life experience, different things. He's a bounty hunter. He's been in the army and all this stuff. I think he's probably going to be a villain in the season based on the Russell Hantz thing and just based on his persona. But at the same time, I thought Mike Holloway was going to be like a huge villain, and he was kind of got the hero edit, so who knows what could really happen. I don't know if I like Kyle or not. Like I don't hate him, and he's definitely notable. He's not like one of those ones just hiding in the middle. Like he's definitely a notable character. I think he's going to get a fairly big edit because I could see him giving good confessionals. But I'm not sure if I like him. Like it's kind of like Rodney. I didn't know if I loved Rodney or if I hated Rodney. He was just an enigma. So it's definitely one to look out for, and it's definitely one of the more notable contestants of the season. But yeah, I'm not sure. Kyle has a lot of potential to be a great Survivor player, but could also fizzle out.
I like him. He's cool.
I knew you would like him.
Not quite to the extent of Rodney, but yeah. 3 things on the island: hair ties, energy drinks, and a mini DVD player. Does anybody use them anymore? I don't think I've ever seen them in the shop in the last 10 years. I like his reason for being on Survivor. Truthfully, the money, but he said he's been watching this from season 1 when Rudy should have won till he took his hand off that lock. So good Rudy reference there.
Rudy was robbed.
Why do you think he'll survive? He spent years living in third world countries and war zones. I know how to survive. I can make fire, build shelter, last as long as needed, go days without food, and I work extremely hard. So yeah, potential. I definitely think he's going to be in this season for a long time. I've got him at 5th. I think he can go very deep into this game. Noah, where do you think he's going?
Where did I put him? 8th. I feel like he'll be taken out semi-early merge-ish, but I really have no idea.
Pearl?
I've got him at the same spot as Noah, 8. Yeah.
8th.
I think I'm not doubting his ability to survive out there. He seems like he's going to know what he's doing. I think he's going to run into trouble when it comes down to the social nitty-gritty, essentially, and I don't think he's going to have the ties to carry him through to the end.
Well, he doesn't have the hair ties. That's why he wants to bring him. Lots of people have high hopes. That was such a bad joke, Ben. Jared has him at third. Patrick at third. Rossi has him at Caleb. Alec has him as the winner. Ryan at 8th and Ivan at 12th. So there we go. Thanks, Kyle.
I don't think he's the winner.
That's why you put him at 8th. So we now have Scott Pollard.
No.
Yeah, I just don't see him winning.
Good.
You've been wrong in the you've been wrong in the past now.
Oh, sure.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Every time.
Scott Pollard, 40 years old, from Carmel in Indiana. Former NBA champion. He played for the Detroit Pistons, Sacramento Kings, Indiana Pacers, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Boston Celtics. Now, I would go out on a limb here and guess that he won his championship with the Detroit Pistons. I will confirm that in just a moment. And his personal claim to fame, winning NBA championship ring and playing the NBA for 11 years. Second NBA player, of course, behind Cliff Robinson, who just happened to appear on the last Brains, Brawns, Beauty. Now, he said that he said in his video that he was the tallest ever. He said he's taller than Cliff. However, not taller than Mitchell, who, according to this stat, Scott is 3 centimetres shorter than Mitchell Olsen. So Mitchell still holding on to this record.
Jeez.
Good on you, Mitchell. Noah, what's your take on Mr.
Didn't realise Mitchell was
Yeah, bloody tall. Noah, yeah, Mr. Pollard.
How famous is he?
Well, he won an NBA championship, so I think Cliff Robinson was more well known because he was an all-star, like an NBA all-star. And I'm a basketball fan, but I will admit I've never heard of Scott Pollard before. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of Scott Pollard, but I've heard of Cliff Robinson. I heard of him before Survivor, so yeah, if it gets all the way to Australia, then you're pretty famous.
And I will correct myself,
He
won an NBA championship with the Boston Celtics in his final season, 2007-2008. Sorry, Noah, continue.
He did say that he played against Cliff in basketball, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I normally like the kind of pseudo-celebrity contestants. I know a lot of people don't, but I really enjoyed Jeff Kent and John Rocker, Brad Culpepper. I didn't really enjoy Cliff. I didn't hate him. He was just kind of nothing in the season. So I normally like them. So I think I will probably like Scott. He was very monotone and just whatever in his video, though, which, like, you know he's going to get a lot of airtime just because he is kind of a semi-celebrity. But I wasn't really feeling it completely in his video. But I think that I'll probably end up liking him. He'll probably be a villain just because besides Cliff, the celebrities normally are mainly villains. He did say that he was going to be out about his basketball playing, which is a unique thing. Normally people try and hide it, except for Brad because he couldn't really hide it. And eventually Cliff just gave in when Wu figured it out anyway on episode 1. But yeah, he didn't say he wanted to hide it. He made a comment that anyone can win Survivor. It doesn't matter how much money you can win. Scott Pollard won't win Survivor. I don't think anyone will award him the $1 million. Like, it sucks that people do it that way, but I disagree with his comment that anyone can win regardless of your job. I don't think anyone would ever award a multi-millionaire the money. I'm not sure if he is a multi-millionaire or not. But yeah, he's probably going to be a villain. I could see him teaming up with Kyle. I could just picture that alliance in my head so well. I liked, he said, inspiration in my life. My father, he gave me the genetics. Like, that's a unique way of talking about your parents. He gave me the genetics. That's cool. But yeah, Scott, the celebrity of the season, should be good. Could either go far, could be out early because of his status, but he won't win in the end. I'm looking forward to see what he brings to the show.
Paul?
I like him. I think he comes off as kind of very open and warm. He was a little bit monotone, maybe a little bit dreary, but I think there's something about him that people will gravitate towards. And I disagree with Noah. I think that if Scott Pollard gets to the end with two people that are very unlikable. No one wants to give $1 million to someone they don't like. So I think that he's got a chance. He's probably not as much chance as other people that aren't in his position, but I think that he could win the million. Whether or not he's capable of it in terms of his Survivor game, and that's another thing we'll have to find out when the season ends. But yeah, I think that he's doing all right. Didn't really say anything in his profile that irked me. I think that it's just typical kind of athlete dribble that's of no consequence. But yeah, seems all right.
I'm just going to say I like him. I'll just say that first of all, but I think it's clear he's not really a fan of the show. Survivor contesting most like the professional athletes, because that was my profession. And he basically doesn't talk about...
well, you can't fault that.
he doesn't talk about anything to do with the actual show. Reason for being on
Nothing
Survivor.
specific,
money. Why do you think you'll win Survivor? I'm a great teammate. But look, no disrespect to him. I mean, he's had a fairly celebrated NBA career. Just looking here, he was a member of the Boston Celtics when they won the NBA championship in 2008, but he actually didn't play any games in the finals. But you still get a ring. You get a ring if you're on the roster, so you can never take that away from him. He was part of the 2007 NBA finals playing for Cleveland, so he was a teammate of LeBron James as well. So he's been around for a bit, has Scott. And I'm reading here, Pollard was known across the NBA for his peculiar hairstyles, which included a mohawk, a single ponytail, and a bald head. In 2006, he introduced a new hairstyle when he wore two ponytails during a Pacers home game against the Seattle Supersonics. He received the nickname when he was at the Sacramento Kings as Samurai Scott. So there you go. And he's a bit of a broadcaster now, former host of Planet Pollard. And anyone who's watched Little Britain, I'm just thinking of Vicky Pollard. But I don't know if he's going to go, but Norbert. Oh, stop it, give me evils.
But I didn't vote her out. It was Sydney. She was doing it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Oh, no, but you know.
I don't have much high hope for Scott. I've got him at 11th. He's similar to Cliff. Like, Cliff was just, like, he just didn't turn out to be too much of anything. And, like, I agree he'll get a lot of airtime early, but I don't know. I don't know if he's kind of got the high air ability as some of the other pro athletes. And again, I'm putting this out there, just have been having a whinge. We've had professional baseball players, we've had professional American footballers, we've had professional basketball players. The only professional sport out of the main four sports in the US and Canada we have not had an ice hockey player. So CBS, come on, get an NHL player on the show.
Why don't we have a female professional one?
We have, haven't we? Haven't we?
Who?
Crystal Cox?
Yeah, but like an actual one, though.
Well, she's literally an athlete. She's an athletics
She won an Olympic gold medal.
Oh, she won, but she cheated.
Well,
yeah.
she...
Okay, well, yeah, you make a good point. That's your point, that she's
that.
not actually an athlete, but she cheated.
I swear we've had another professional pro bull rider, Sierra Dawn Thomas.
Oh, of course, that famous bull rider.
Oh, wait, no, there was a race car driver.
Yeah,
Julia.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, like one of the main sports, so not like one of these weird pseudo sports.
Car racing is
which
weird.
sport are you referring to? Because
well, sadly, there are no real main female professional sports.
I'm pretty sure the track and
Move on.
But okay, Noah, where's Scott finishing? I've got him at 11th.
Well, where do you have him?
Get an Australian netball player.
11th. Well, maybe we might on Australian Survivor coming to Channel 10. I have him at 11th. Noah.
I have 12th, either early merge for being a physical threat or after a swap or something.
Paul.
I have him at 6th. I think he might get carried through, and ultimately not really have any sway, but get all the way to 6th.
Jared has him at 9th, Patrick 13th, Rossi at Caleb, Alec at 10th, Ryan at 13th, and Ivan at 13th. So there we go. That's the Brawns. Thanks, Brawny Brawns. Let's go to the beauties. Let's go to Fondle Gondle. And let's start off with him. Why not? Tai Trang, 51 years old, from San Francisco. A gardener. Look, I said there's not real standouts, but Tai is definitely the standout of anything. Tai is awesome. Gotta be said, beauty. I'd put him on the brains. Not to say that he's not beautiful, but me.
But what if he's not brainy?
Well, he's attractive.
He's got glasses on, is that what you're saying?
I don't float that way.
Then Ty is beautiful.
Ty is beautiful. You are beautiful in every single way. His personal claim to fame, being part of the AIDS life cycle.
Yeah, I think they're going for beautiful.
Beautiful on the inside.
In terms of the spirit, he's got this beautiful personality. I think that's part of the beauty.
Okay, cool. His personal claim to fame, being part of the AIDS life cycle ride for the past 13 years, a 545-mile, 7-day camping and bicycle ride from San Francisco to Los Angeles has been HIV and AIDS services. In total, I've raised over $75,000 for the LA LGBT Center and SF AIDS Foundation. I love this grueling but fun mental and physical challenging experience. Beautiful, Ty. Good job. Beautiful. There, I said it. Beautiful. Beauty. Good on you, Ty. Paul. Latrell.
Yeah, I think he's great. I think he's going to be a really, really interesting character. Whether or not he's going to be able to mesh with the other people, he's got a very different personality to the other people on his tribe. Whether or not he can relate to them, but then he does seem like the kind of guy who can fit in anywhere. That people will kind of enjoy his company. It sounds like he's got a lot of stories to tell. He's Vietnamese refugee, was he, or something like that? But he had a lot of siblings growing up, so I reckon he's going to have lots of stories to share. 11, yeah. Yeah, he just seems like a whole bunch of fun. I think that he's going to be one of those really kind of iconic characters. Hopefully he hangs around for long enough for that to kind of really develop and we get to see enough of Ty.
Noah.
Yeah, gay Yao man with a bit of cowboy in it. Like, how is that not like one of the most amazing things ever? Yeah, he is definitely up there in my favourite of the season, pre-season. I think everybody is in agreement that Tai Trang is just an amazing character. I worry that he may... Like, if you look at the beauty tribe, not even looking at looks or anything like that, who sticks out like a sore thumb? Tai Trang, because the rest of them are like 30, you got a freaking 18-year-old on there, and then you've got Tai. He definitely stands out.
And a 70-year-old.
But he is not on the beauty tribe.
Oh, right. I thought you meant in the season. Never mind. Keep talking. Shut up, Ben.
So that worries me that he sticks out so much. But maybe he can work his way in, or if they win, then he may be safe. I think he's going to be one of those like Vince characters where he's going to go down as extremely memorable, even if he is out first or second. But how disappointing would it be if we were robbed of Tai Trang actually getting to play the game and going deep? I'm not sure if he can win, but I think there's no way he's not going to be an amazing character. I can't wait to see what he does, because he's just a really bright and fun personality in his videos. He's definitely not one of those monotone ones, so I love it where he's just like, yes, Asian immigrant gonna win the season, this is my homeland, and all this stuff. How amazing! So he was really fun. I'm looking forward to Tai Trang. I think it's going to be great.
Definitely agree. And he's got a great bio as well. He thinks he's most like Spencer for his positive spirit and determination to survive in given situations, and Bob Crowley because we're both older, nice, likeable players with non-threatening demeanours who work hard. I like his 3 things on the island. Coffee, my life necessity. I grew up loving Vietnamese coffee. I didn't actually know Vietnam was known for their coffee. Since he was 3 years old. Jesus. He was into the coffee early. A razor. He likes to shave his head and makes to feel young. And the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle. It's a surreal Japanese fiction that would relax me. I love the Wind-Up. Noah, did you read that when you were there?
I'm waiting for the movie adaptation trilogy, actually.
Yes. The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle games starring Jennifer Lawrence.
It was everywhere. Wind-Up Bird Chronicle.
Very in-depth profile as well, so lots on there to go through. Ty, where's he finishing, Noah?
This really kills me, and I never hoped that I'm more wrong than ever, but I say 16th, third boot. I hope I'm wrong.
Paul?
I have him at
Fifth?
Oh, I hope you're right.
I'm predicting that this time it's the beauties that are going to prevail in the overall thing, and I think that he's going to go far, get carried by an alliance, and ultimately they'll cut him at the last minute because he'll be too big of a jury threat.
Okay, I sadly, sorry to say, second boot, 17th. I hope I'm wrong, but I'd like to see him stick around for a bit longer than that. Jared at 15th, Patrick at 17th, Rossi at Caleb, Alec at 5th, Ryan at 5th, and Ivan at 8th. That is time.
Ooh, lots of 5ths or early.
Quite popular there. Moving quite quickly along, we have Nick Mariano. How do we say his name? Majorano?
Mariano.
Majorano, is it?
Nick Mariano. We've got
Mariano.
Another Mariano. 30 years old, from Redondo Beach in California. Occupation listed as a personal trainer, but we know he's a life coach. Personal claim to fame, I'll always be a better listener than you, meaning I listen to people better than you do. I'm more interested in people than you are, and I accept people more than you do. And yes, sometimes I pretend to do these things, but at least I pretend, whereas you check out and are narcissistic. I fucking love Nick Mariano. This is the guy I was talking about. He is my pre-season favourite. I fucking love this man. Paul, please tell me somebody can defend him with me.
It's a fantastic bio. He's just taking the piss so hard. It's so good. I think his video was a little bit, not quite as good as the bio, but I can see that there are still definitely things in there where he's going to stir the pot. He's very, very self-aware, but he's still a bit of a wanker, which might rub people the wrong way, but a wanker in the best kind of way. It's going to be fun to watch how he goes. I hope that he doesn't go out early. I'm hoping that he does stick around just for the entertainment factor. Some other things on here. What's he got? I'll get to that later, but he's talking about some contestants he's most like, Courtney Yates and Jonathan Penner. I feel like that's a pretty good combination there. No?
Yeah, I keep calling him Nick Mariano too.
I think it's Majorano or Majorano.
I don't know. Let's just call him Redondo Nick, to rival Boston Rob now or something. But yeah, he is self-aware. He knows that life coach is BS. And again, like the Dan poster worker, they're trying to emulate the Vince stuff here now. He is playing up to the camera so badly. Like, I don't think he's really like this at all. I think this is a Spencer thing again. I do think he could be a bit of a villain, but if anything, I think it's going to be Nick, and he's going to be popular with the girls, and he's going to be like an LJ or something. I'm not feeling this at all. I think this is a Spencer thing to try and get on the show more than anything. Maybe a good idea to say he's a personal trainer over a life coach, because he's right. That may confuse people. He's entertaining, that's for sure, and he'll give good confessionals, I think. I'm just not buying it. I do think that he's playing up to this whole persona. I did read online that he used to blog for Rob as a podcast a few years ago, so obviously he's a big fan if he did that, which is good to have a big super fan on there. And you're right, Courtney Yates and Jonathan Penner is a great combination to have, so if he's anything like that, I think we've got a great character on our hands. I don't think Nick can win, though. If this persona is real and this is what we're going to get on the show and he's not doing a Spencer, I don't think he can win. I'm getting Garrett vibes from this, where Garrett said he studied the game for 2,000 hours or something, and he was really cocky and he thought he was self-aware, and he just failed miserably. And I'm not saying that Mariano is going to fail miserably, but just because you're self-aware doesn't mean you're a great player, and I feel like his cockiness could be the worst of him, and I just don't see someone like him winning. He could do well, but I struggle to see him winning. But I could be completely wrong about that, because I also said that Mike had zero shot of winning, so I really don't know anything. But interesting character, that's for sure.
I liken this to Joaquin on Worlds Apart, that I loved him and everyone hated him. Oh, he's a douche, blah, 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 and then everyone sort of came around him eventually.
I don't think everyone hates Nick, though.
No, well, I sort of haven't read the reaction, but I've just got such a good vibe about him too, because I think that he can really play up to this and it can get him far. And I, like the opening bit of his video when he's like, I'm a life coach, but come on, it's basically, like, he just basically admitted it's absolute bullshit. Like, Paul, I'm thinking of you, Paul, because I know you used to talk about that on The Brink, that you think life coach is absolute bullshit. So I'm thinking, like, Paul, surely he's going to like this guy, because he's bagging out his own profession, basically. So,
but he's still a life coach.
yes.
He is joining an esteemed group of Nicks, joining the famous Nick Brown and Nick Stanbury in Survivor. So that's a good sign, if anything.
One thing I've got to point out here, absolutely love his answers to these questions. 3 things if he could have on the island and why. Alcohol. There's nothing like truth serum to give the other contestants. A picture of other contestants' loved ones to negotiate with. And a vacuum, so people think I'm dumber than they initially thought. He's brilliant. I love this man so much. Oh, God. I actually... I kind of did what I did in Cambodia. I put down a winner's pick, but I changed it at the last minute. I had him as the winner, but I've changed it. I've got him as the runner-up. So I think he's...
I don't see Nick winning the game.
Well, I changed it. So I've got him going to the end, but not winning. So there you go. Paul, where's he finishing?
I've got him at number 4.
4th.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in the lead, essentially, but no one will want him to get to the end, and I think he's going to finish up 4th.
Noah, where's he going?
I've put him at 10th. I think if his alliance isn't in the majority at the merge, then he sticks out because he's physically strong, he's probably strategic, and he's probably social. So I think he's going to be a standout of the opposition wanting him out.
Another reason I didn't put him as a winner is because if I say he's like one of my favourites or my favourite, then he's not going to win. So Jared has him at 18th for Spook.
Jeremy won.
Well, true. 18th, no, Jared. 10th for Patrick. Rossi at Caleb. Alec at 11th. Ryan also at 4th. And Ivan at 14th. Nick Mariano.
I'm getting Garrett vibes from this guy.
Nick Mariano. Let's now move on to Michelle Fitzgerald, 24-year-old from Freehold, New Jersey. Occupation, failed actress. Bartender. Personal claim to fame.
That's not nice.
My personal claim to fame. I'm kidding, Michelle. I apologise. Her personal claim to fame, my time at Rock the Earth, where I toured and worked with bands raising money for environmental issues. I was able to travel, listen to amazing music, and educate people about important issues.
She toured with you too?
Yes, with me and Paul. How did you know? Just quickly, her inspiration in life, Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Wow.
Just want to point that out.
That's right.
Her inspiration is Harry Potter.
Harry Potter kid. I thought that was Aubrey.
The justification she gives as well. His character chose bravery in the face of darkness and adversity. That's every hero in every work of fiction.
What about Luke
you could have just put Luke Skywalker in there.
But he does have a scar, though.
Well, Luke Skywalker has daddy issues.
And he's a wizard.
Luke Skywalker's a Jedi.
Is Harry Potter just Star Wars?
It's like Lord of the Rings is. Noah, what do you think of
Vice versa.
Michelle?
I mean, opposite. Yeah, I don't really. This is one of the ones where I'm just kind of meh. Like, I have 0 things wrong with her. She just doesn't stand out. Contestant you are most like. Anyone want to take a guess? Harvard.
We've got our first one, ladies and gentlemen. There it is.
Yeah, so... Yeah, first Parvati, take a shot. Yeah, I thought Aubrey was the Harry Potter girl, but you're right. Michelle is the Harry Potter. I guess it's kind of funny. It's a quirk, the Harry Potter thing. Like, I wonder if she'll mention Harry Potter throughout the season. That could get old quickly.
She mentions it about 18 times in a bio, so I think the chances are pretty high.
I think 1 or 2 could be fun, but any more after 2 Potter references may be a bit... I hate Harry Potter, but I'm not going to hold it against Michelle. Each to their own.
Poor
but
Harry.
I can't stand it. Stupid wizard shit. Gandalf is a real wizard.
So's Dumbledore.
No. Each to their own,
What
but I'm not a
distinguishes
fan
a
of
real
Harry
wizard?
Yeah,
They're both
Gandalf.
acts of fiction.
a beard.
I just love that.
Dumbledore has a beard.
Stupid.
Well, Harry Potter doesn't.
Oh god, this is a debate for another
A
episode.
real wizard does cool shit, not just sit behind a desk.
He doesn't sit behind
Just
a
a bunch
desk.
of
He
dickheads
defeats
waving
thou who
sticks.
should not be named.
Gandalf doesn't have a job. Dumbledore is slaved by the education system.
Doesn't Gandalf live in a
Least Gand-
cave? That's just lonely. He's
Gandalf
Yoda.
doesn't live in a cage.
I don't watch Lord of the Rings. That's shit.
I would rather a cave than have it to be the headmaster of all these little annoying
Well,
wizards.
at least Harry Potter goes and does things like Quidditch and doesn't walk for 3 hours.
But that's because he's stuck at class.
That's more exciting than watching people
I don't know, a bit of
walk.
exercise.
Exactly, nothing wrong with getting fit. Gandalf's had a few too many
He's a
donuts.
horny
He needs
teenage
to
boy. He wants to get in the
slip up.
pants of girls. What's wrong with that?
Are we talking about Gandalf? Or Harry Potter?
Well, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. You tell me.
Gandalf is a creepy old man. Yeah, well, is that wizard conversation over? I think we've established that Gandalf is a real wizard. The rest are just BS. But again, if you like Harry Potter, I'm not going to judge you much. Yeah, pet peeves, overpriced alcohol. Don't move to Australia then. Close talkers. What are close talkers?
People that get right up in your face and talk.
Oh, and self-important people. So they're pretty good pet peeves. Again, not much to add. The Harry Potter thing is probably her most distinguished thing at this point, and her bathing suit is kind of unique. But so was Lindsay's, and then she didn't actually wear that on the real show. So
She wore a fake one.
yeah, she's not a real contestant like Gandalf is. Yeah, I'm just rambling. I'm interested to see how she goes in the show, but I don't think she'll be a big character.
Ball.
The end.
Alright. I want to tell you one of my pet peeves. It's people who describe themselves as quirky. It's ridiculous. You're a tryhard. It's everything that you do should make sense to you, so it shouldn't be quirky at all. So why... Other people may describe you as quirky, but I'm not sure how you could describe yourself as quirky.
Does Harry Potter refer to himself as quirky?
I don't know. Maybe he does.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's a little bit too wrapped up in herself. I don't know. I feel like she has the potential to go far, though, because she is with a tribe that might not be too fussed about that, and she might actually be able to endear herself to her tribe mates. Yeah, but she wasn't. I didn't find her that interesting. I thought she was a little bit bland. And also, she says that she's watched every season, so she knows what it takes to be successful on this show. That'll do it. Yeah, not much more I can say.
Yeah, she wants to take her sister out in the island. Cool.
It's not blood, it's water.
She likes rock climbing. Sorry, I'm trying to think of something good to say about her here. She thinks she'll win because she's positive.
She wants to keep a journal.
Yep. Cool.
No.
Look, I have nothing against Michelle.
She wants to take a journal. She can keep track of her future.
Yes. But like, in all honesty, I cannot even remember watching her video. So, like, yeah, she's there. She's on the beauty tribe. Good on you, Michelle. Go get him. I don't know what else to say.
Well, she says she wants to make big, badass moves, so that's a good sign, I guess.
She's watched every season. It doesn't reference anything.
From an
I can say that. I've watched all the Lord of the Rings movies. Yep. Can't, not going to back my fact up. I've got her at 16th. I've got nothing more to add. Sorry, Michelle. Noah, where's she finishing?
I've got her at 14th. Can't remember why, though.
Okay. Paul.
Yeah, I've got it at 2. I think it's
Second?
Generally, these kind of forgettable people that end up as goats. So number 2.
One thing I will say, probably got a high likelihood of returning for a second chance season, you know, a la Monica or something like that. Like, hey, she's back. No, sorry, Michelle. I'm being mean. I'm sorry, Michelle.
I think she could be on the Beauty Tribe as well. Is this the best looking cast we've ever had?
As in...
She is on the Beauty Tribe.
She's on the Beauty Tribe.
I think this is probably the hottest all-round cast ever.
Yeah, it could be a goer.
Oh yeah, she is on the Beauty Tribe. That's why she's there. Duh.
I mean,
I thought we were doing brains for a minute.
Tyad's a good element to that. Jared 7th, Patrick 16th, Rossi Caleb, Alex 7th, Ryan 16th, and Ivan has her as the winner. There you go, Ivan.
Wow,
good on you. Okay, got one fan out there. All right, wow. Let's move on. Julia I can't say her name. Sokolovsky.
Marianne.
Sokolovsky. 19 years old. Or is she? No, yeah, she is. She's 19 years old. She was obviously 18 at the time of filming, but she's 19 now. From Boston, Massachusetts. She's a college student. Her best claim to fame, my trip to Tanzania. I taught English to a class of 83 third graders and rebuilt and restored classrooms. I also hiked the base of Mount Kilimanjaro. Can I just say,
She 80?
Well, 19. Her birth date is April 8th, 1996. So she's 19 at the time of recording this, 18 when it was filmed. So...
Wow, and she's done a lot in that time.
So, I don't know, is she the youngest ever? By birth date.
You think so, yeah.
By birth date she is, but what I mean at time of filming, how old was Spencer? He was 18 at time of filming, but...
Wasn't he? No, he was 19 at the time.
Who was 18? Brandon was 18, wasn't he? Brandon Hans.
No, Brandon was 19.
So, well, according to the trivia here, it just said she's the youngest by birth
Frosty
date.
or something?
Doesn't say...
Well, this is Survivor Wiki.
Somebody clarify that. Is she the youngest of all time as well?
She is.
The cast was leaked, of course. Many people knew that back in September or so. The names and everything were put out there. And can I just say, Noah and I, we enjoyed looking up Julia's Instagram. I just want to point that out. I like Julia. She's
That's quick.
She's very attractive. But there's more to Julia than just her look. She does seem actually like quite an interesting person. And I'm not just saying that. She honestly does. Paul, Julia.
Yeah, I was initially struck by the fact that she was 18. I thought that they allow people that are 18 to be on the show.
Looks older.
Yeah, look,
she does.
22 at least.
Yeah, I think that I thought it was funny that she couldn't even say her own name. She's pronounced it Sokolowski. She's Polish, isn't she? That would be Sokolovsky.
I don't know if we could school Julia on how
we debated somebody how they say their name. Paul, it's not Paul, it's Poel.
No,
Poel
it's a hard W. You're Polish. You're Polish, that's a hard W.
We could get her on the line and we could...
Well, we have her now, Julia!
On the line is Julia Sokovovsly, or whatever her name is supposed to be.
Julian Mariano.
I think she's going to go all right. I think she will be able to kind of, bond with her tribe and fit in well there. I think that she might even be a kind of create a bond with Tai Train. Even I think that they might team up. But yeah, I'm not sure if she's going to be a massive strategic threat. I don't think she's going to be the puppet master. 18, it's probably hard. I don't think you've got enough kind of life experience to really be able to read people that well. So I think I'll leave it at that.
Paul, you're Paul. You just talked. Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Julia. She's another one of those ones that I think is more very self-aware. Like when I read pre-season, like you were mentioning, Ben, I'm like, 18-year-old, blonde, kind of girly girl. I'm not having high hopes. She's probably going to get no edit. But she's actually really bubbly and really a great personality. Like, out of all the girls, she's up there in terms of how she spoke and potential for confessionals. I don't think an 18-year-old can win Survivor. I would be very surprised if she wins, but it would be awesome if she won. I'm not sure how she spells her name, but I'll go with how she says it. But she could be wrong. Who knows? But yeah, she's done a lot in her short 18 years, like Tanzania. Unfortunately, not Tasmania. That would have been cool if she taught 83 Tasmanians.
Well, when I was in America, a few people said to me, "Where are you from? Tanzania."
Was it Julia?
It was. I hung out with her. She was 12 at the time.
Let's move on from that comment. Yeah, I like her. I agree. She's probably not going to be the over-the-top strategic threat, but I think she has a lot of potential to go through. I don't think people are going to be targeting Julia anytime soon. I think if she can hold her own in the challenges, like she said, yeah, I wear the high heels, but I'm also do track or whatever she said. So I think all around she has a lot of potential, but at the same time we could end up getting Purple Julia. So it all depends on how it actually works in the show, but I'm feeling it with Julia. I'm liking her a lot more than I thought based off her original picture she would actually be like. So high hopes.
What are you feeling?
Yeah, let's not go there. But the first contestant who was younger than me on Survivor.
Well, that's a pretty big deal. I just want to point that out because that is a very big point, I think, in anybody's life when you're a fan of something. That when somebody is young, like I'm a huge Formula One fan, and to this day, I remember Sebastian Vettel, the first Formula One driver to be younger than me. He's gone on to be one of the most successful drivers in the history of the sport. I feel like an old bastard, knowing that fact. But, I mean, Noah, how do you feel knowing that you've now got somebody younger than you on this show that you have...
My life has just changed so much. Everything is different now. Well, who was the Survivor contestant who was first younger than you then?
Oh, God, probably Rudy.
BB?
Rudy. I actually don't know. I would have to look into that.
How old were you when it started?
13.
So how old were you when Heroes vs. Villains?
What was that, 2010? So I would have been 23. Might have been Spencer.
I reckon Frosty might have even been younger than you.
Frosty. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's still cool, though. Makes me feel old.
I suppose, the day that, Rudy's younger than you probably... just a couple of things. Hobbies: skipping, hip-hop, and contemporary dancing, and flirting. Outgoing, driven, and versatile. She wants to have a family of her photo of her family, because they're her rock.
There's the daddy photo and the mummy photo.
Because I love taking pictures, and a camera because she likes taking pictures on Instagram. Follow her on Instagram. Great to look at. But
well, I really agree with her first pet peeve. That is definitely up there as one of my top pet peeves.
Slow walkers, yes.
Slow walkers.
I am up there. I hate that when you're stuck behind slow walkers.
Entitled, but I hate entitled people too. Actually, that's a good one. Now the thing is, she mentions Parvati, grown, but she kind of balances it out a little bit. So she has she has Natalie Tenorelli because she was young female planner, Jenna Maresca and Parvati Shala because of their ability to strategically combine sex appeal and intelligence, and Andrea Belke because she's a wholesome farm girl with big
Andrea's
dreams.
a good one.
Yeah,
I could see Andrea in there.
That's good.
But wasn't Baylor younger than Natalie Tenorelli?
Yeah, Baylor was the youngest by birthday for a long time.
This is a sticky situation for Julia. She should have said Baylor.
Let's take a moment to remember Baylor. All right, okay. So I'm just thinking cheerleaders. But she doesn't look 18. If she can lie about her age and say she's 22, 23, because she does not look 18. She can easily pass off as being older. So I think her age will work against her, but I also think it could not be a problem if she can pass off as not being 18. I have her... come back to me. I actually don't know where I have her. What am I looking at? I have her at 6. There we go. I was looking at the wrong person. 6! Wow, I have it going pretty far. Okay, Noah.
I have Julia Sokolowski at equal second with Darnell Hamilton.
Oh, okay. There we go. Paul.
I have her at 7.
7th? What's that? Yes?
Yeah, 7th.
Bit choppy there. Jared has her at 5th. Patrick also at 2nd. Rossi at Caleb. Alec at 17th. Ryan at 14th. And Ivan 3rd. So, bit of love there for Julia. Keep it going. All right. Caleb Reynolds, 28, from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. That is Kentucky, right? KY. Am I right in saying that? Yes, it is. Thank you, Ben. I'm looking at... I know my American state initials. What's the capital of Kentucky, Noah?
Hopkinsville.
Is it really? Oh, okay. So he's from the capital. Okay.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Hi, America. How are you? Number one listenership base.
I haven't practiced it a long time. I've forgotten. Ask me a better one.
Hello to all our Kentucky listeners. Is he the first Kentucky contestant? Have we had a Kentucky contestant before? Felix Leiter there.
Was the general from there? That would have been good, like Colonel Sanders.
The Colonel,
General
yeah.
Sanders.
I'll confirm that. Army veteran. Of course, he also is apparently on Big Brother. First thing he says in the video, I was on Big Brother, and I have no idea because I never seen American.
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt in Germany, or no? All right.
That's the capital.
Roger Bingham. How the fuck the Crittenden, Kentucky? Of course. How? Oh,
Kentucky Joe.
we're just completely offended. Like, god damn it. Sandy Bergen's from Kentucky. Jeffrey Bland's from Kentucky. Oh god, we've just shat all over the state. Great state of Kentucky. Sorry. I love your chicken. Paul, Caleb.
I don't think it's the state's chicken.
Well, it's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I don't think the state owns the recipe.
Well, where did it come from?
Kentucky, but
It's not Michigan Fried Chicken. It's not.
But you came from Kentucky. It doesn't mean you are Tasmania. I mean, you came from... moving on.
That's on my business card. Ben, I am Tasmania.
Yeah, so we've essentially got Brandon Hance having a love child with Rodney Lavoie here. Yeah, what a turd. In the best possible way, of course. He's going to be very, very entertaining to watch. But yeah, so many things that annoy me. Yeah, fair enough. He was a soldier, which props for that. But he seems like a bit of a Bible belter and just way too into himself. So it's not my favourite contestant. But then again, he might go far. Who knows? But he's definitely going to be interesting to watch. I think that he could cause a bit of mayhem.
Noah.
No, I've never seen Big Brother in America, so... except for the one episode that Phil Kogan was on, and I don't plan to ever watch it anymore. So I'm not sure if he is well-liked on that show, or if he was hated. You'd have to think that if they're getting him on, he was probably liked. Also not sure how far he went. Maybe, Ben, you can get some Caleb facts.
I'm about to do that for you, Noah Groves.
And then some Kentucky facts while you're at it. But, yeah, I'm not feeling it. He's getting kind of the douche bro vibe. Maybe he'll be super entertaining, and obviously they got him on this show after Big Brother for a reason, so I'm guessing he was entertaining. I'm guessing Rossi likes him because he keeps answering him for every answer. But he just does seem a bit obnoxious and a bit painful to watch. But yeah, without having any context from Big Brother, it's really hard to tell. The survivor contestant is most like Hayden, which makes sense. But yeah, I'm not liking Caleb, but I'm also willing to see if he does turn out to be like a Rodney character, Rodney and Brandon Hance character, then I'm definitely looking forward to that. So apparently his name is like Beast Mode Cowboy or something in Big Brother because he wins a lot or something. So why isn't he on Brawn? But I don't know if he calls himself that, but if he does, that's kind of a bit obnoxious. But yeah, I don't know what to think of him. I'm willing to reserve judgment until the show, but yeah, not loving it though.
I just actually have pulled out my Kentucky to English dictionary here. So just where it says here, Hayden, because I really loved him on the show and he was athletic, he knows when to be a beast and how to play. So translated, that means Hayden, because he's the only one I know that was on Survivor, because he also was on Big Brother.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot here. Pet peeves, texting while driving and nose picking. What if you do it at the same time? Then fuck, he would hate that. He wants his phone because it has all his music and pictures on it. Cool. He finished 4th in season 16 of Big Brother USA. Congratulations, Caleb. He was beaten by Victoria, Cody, and Derek.
Of course.
Some would say he was robbed.
Household name.
And just quickly, when it comes to Kentucky, the Kentucky Derby is the oldest continuously held horse race in America. It is held at Churchill Downs in Louisville on the first Saturday in May. Cheeseburgers were first served in 1934 at Kaoh's restaurant in Louisville. Chevy Corvettes are manufactured in Bowling Green. There you go. The old official state tree was the Kentucky coffee tree. The tulip tree is the current official state tree. This change was made in 1976. I remember it well.
That was a big moment in the news.
The first Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant, owned and operated by Colonel Sanders, is located in Corbin. The first Miss America from Kentucky is Heather Renee French. She was crowned on September 18, 1999. Here's a big one. The song Happy Birthday to You was the creation of two Louisville sisters in 1893.
Oh, wow.
Good on them. Pikeville annually leads the nation in per capita consumption of Pepsi Cola.
It's a good stat to have.
These are like better ones than Survivor Wiki stats.
The first enamel bathtub was made in Louisville in 1856. Kentucky's so interesting. I'm going to change my trip.
There's so much history.
The swimsuit Mark Spitz wore in the 1972 Olympics was manufactured in Paris, Kentucky.
Oh, that is worth changing a trip for.
I want to go to Paris, Kentucky to say I've been to the home of
There's
where Mark
so much to see. Wow.
Oh my god. Oh, Fort Knox, of course, is it? No, we're James Bond. How do we not know this? James Bond's been to Kentucky.
And Felix Leiter got fat on that famous chicken you were mentioning.
Sick, Linda.
All right, let's move on. Enough with the in-joke.
Thanks, Kentucky. Download 007 via 007.wordpress.
Download the official Kentucky podcast coming soon.
Oh, hang on a minute. Here's some breaking news. Official trivia by Survivor Wiki. Caleb is the second castaway to have participated on a season of Big Brother before being... Oh, shit. They must have done a lot of research to find that out.
I know that now.
Caleb. Oh, God. I've got him at 13th. I have no opinion on Caleb. I literally saw the first 5 seconds of his video and switched off. I have nothing to add. He's a nice guy. 5 seconds, I would go and have a beer with him. That's about all I could say. Noah.
I also put him at 13th place because I think maybe after a swap he could be a big physical threat that they want out.
Oh, sweet. Paul?
I have him in 9th. So, yeah, I can't see... I think he's probably going to rub a few people the wrong way. They might keep him around because he's such a strong kind of physical presence and will help them in the challenges, but I can't see him getting too far past the merge.
Jared has him at 14th, Patrick at 14th, Rossi has him at 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th. Alec has him at 13th, Ryan at 15th and Ivan at 9th. Thank you, Caleb. Here we go. Anna Kate, 26 years old from Brooklyn, New York, pro poker player. I quite like Anna. I think she's the hottest this season. Gonna point it out there right now. Anna wins that title to me. She's gorgeous. And she's very intelligent. Can I just point that out? Like she's a double threat. She's a triple threat. Personal claim to fame. She's most proud of participating in the World Games last summer in Jammundi in Colombia for frontball, which is also known as handball. What's the difference there, Anna? Maybe it's the four-square handball as opposed to European handball. We can look that up. I recently started working with the mayor on a scholarship program for kids out there in Colombia. There we go. If they ever did a season of Survivor in Colombia, she wouldn't be allowed to compete because it's too close to being whatever, like Abby. Poor Abby. What do we think of Anna? Anna Kate. That's who we're talking about. Kate. Here she is.
Yeah, this is the Kate.
This is Kate.
Yeah.
Kate's finally here. Paul, what's your thoughts on Kate?
Oh, it's hard. There are certain qualities that I like about her personality. I think that she is very self-aware and that she does know her strengths, and obviously she's a poker player, so she has some kind of strategic brain there, but I think she's a little bit too intense. I think she's going to kind of drive people away with that kind of full-on attitude she has. She talks a lot about herself, which, I mean, it's a promotional thing for yourself, so obviously you're going to do that. But I feel like she just comes on a bit too strong. which is not going to be the greatest thing in a game like this, where you have to be pretty relaxed and make people feel comfortable around you. But I didn't mind a lot of the stuff that she said. I think she said female way too much in her video. I think she said it like 17 times, the word female.
And Harry Potter.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I think that how she kind of interacts with the people she's with within the first few days will really dictate the way she's going to play. I think if I don't know, if she just comes on a bit too strong and they kind of have a setback from her, then I don't think she'll be able to recover from that. But I think there is definitely potential there. She obviously, poker player. She's got something going for her in terms of strategy.
Just quickly, Noah, before you go, front ball, by the looks of things, is similar to like foursquare handball, but you play it against a wall. So if you ever played like that...
So squash.
Squash without your racket.
Squash, but they lost the racket.
Yes. There you go. Sorry, Noah, go ahead.
Parvati is the contestant she's most like. Get that another shot down, you know. I like Kate. I'm just a bit worried that she's either going to be a kind of nothing player who's out middle, early merge-ish, or middle pre-merge-ish, or she's going to be a huge character and she has potential to go far and win the whole thing. I could see Kate being a winner, but I could see her being an Alexis of just hardly any edit and then goes out in a quiet way. She says her personal claim to, her inspiration in life is Princess Diana, which is definitely a unique one. Pet peeves, arrogance, ignorance, and when someone picks on someone less fortunate.
Leave me alone.
She has potential, but I'm not feeling it completely. She could have been on the brain. I feel like poker player is like a brains thing. Although if we look at the last poker player to play the game, Garrett Adelstein, I don't have much hope for Anna at all, if that's what we're basing it on.
I've played poker a fair bit with people who are pretty good at poker, and they're not necessarily the smartest people around.
Yeah, but
it's an intellectual thing. Obviously, you have to.
I feel like it's something you can build a brains persona around.
I don't know how to play poker, so.
Neither.
You should learn. It's fun.
Should I? I'm not smart,
I think that's a cool one. Pro poker player. And I wonder if she'll tell people, because she could pass with not being a pro poker player. Like, if she said she was something completely different, I think no one would ever think any difference. Not like the Tony situation. So I think it's probably beneficial to not say that she's a poker player, because people will probably think that she'll have a lot of money, even if that's not true. I'm not sure if she is rich or not. But if she's... I don't even know where you're going.
When we get married, I hope she can pay for the wedding.
Does Louise listen to this show?
No. As if no one listens to the show.
Well, Louise isn't real, so there's that too. Yeah, I don't know what to say. You tell us some things about Kate, Ben. I think she has a lot of potential to be a returning player and a big character, or a lot to fizzle out. So I'm just lost here with Anna Kate.
I am so sold on her. I think you summed up what I was going to say. The fact that she is a pro poker player, but she's on the beauty tribe. You look at her, and straight away stereotypes, like she's not a poker player. She's just, like I don't know what. Like she's
a model.
A model, exactly. Like she's just not that type of person. And I think that she will not disclose that she is, and then she will be able to use those smarts to her advantage. This is the one that I actually would say that she can compare herself to a Parvati, because, you look at a Parvati and you're like, oh, well, she's not going to do anything, but she can be smart enough to go far and do things. So I've got such high hopes for her, not just because I think she's amazing to look at, she's amazing to hear, she's amazing everywhere. Like, she is just absolutely amazing. Just going through some of the things here, though, she hates hair. She wants to take a razor. She wants to take a toothbrush, because look, how great would she be to hang out with? She doesn't like hair, and she doesn't like bad breath. Like, hello, that's like a perfect person. She loves Survivor. She's watched it a lot, because she says here she likes it. And she thinks she will be good with people because she's extremely good with people. She'll win, because she's extremely good with people. So, yeah, I'm calling it right now. Ding, 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 ding. This is my winner. I've got Anna as the winner of Survivor Season 32. There you go.
I could see it.
Noah?
I've got her at 5th, so I think she will make it far, but I could see her potentially being a target towards the end and being taken out.
Paul?
I've got 15.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Very diverse.
A little bit different. I just don't think she's going to fit in with her tribe. I think that she's going to be the outcast of the tribe. If she was with a different group of people, it might be a different story. She might go into it, but I'm speculating that she's not going to fit with the people she's with.
Jared 13th, Patrick 9th. I'm not even bothered with Rossi. We know what he said. Haha, you're funny. Alec is runner-up. Ryan is runner-up. And Ivan first boot. Ivan! Go away. That's the beauty tribe. So we've only got the brain tribe. We're off to talk about Chanlo. Now, we spoke about Harry Potter a lot.
Get your Chanlos out.
Say that again, sorry, no?
Get your Chanlos out.
All right, thank you. They're hanging out right now. What? Speaking of Harry Potter, this person seemed to have Harry Potter music playing in the background when she was talking. Aubrey Bracco. Is it Bracco? Bracco? I'm going to say Bracco.
We're going to get to Bracco soon.
29 years old from Cambridge, Massachusetts. I can never say it properly. The state where Boston is. She's a social...
Boston.
She's a social media marketer. And her personal claim to fame is her name. Okay, it means leader of the elves. And the way I pursued my education with my own style, I convinced my advisors at Brown University to let me write a children's book about a manatee instead of a 50-page thesis, and went on to graduate with honours. Fuck, I want to go to that uni. Can I write a kid's book? Sure, Ben. Here you go. Have a thesis degree, whatever. A thesis degree? What the fuck's that? Sorry, I'm still thinking of Anna. Paul, what's happening with Aubrey, with leader of the elves?
Oh, I think she's my least favourite contestant.
Oh.
Manic Pixie Dream Girl is the expression, the stereotype, or the archetype that she falls into. It's essentially any character that Zooey Deschanel or Natalie Portman have ever played in a film.
Natalie White in that category too.
Natalie White.
Careful about Natalie.
No, it's not the same thing. It's kind of more like a kind of dipsy eccentric, or not dipsy, but kind of like eccentric
Dawson,
who's trying to be authentic and whatever. But essentially, there's no difference between them and the prom queen. They're both so obsessed with how they're perceived by other people that they're just two sides of the same coin. So yeah, I've ripped into her enough, but yeah, it just it rubbed me the wrong way.
Rubbing going on this episode.
What else? There is a lot of rubbing. I should probably cut back down on it. But I like her close second with her pet peeves. So close second in her pet peeves is scented things covering bad smells. I absolutely hate that as well.
So you hate somebody like farting and then spraying deodorant to cover it?
No, people that burn incense. I just hate that so much.
I'm with you there.
I want to kill everyone.
I'm living in Incense Central right now.
Incense released some toxins where Paul just wants to murder people.
Yeah. But anyway, 3 words to describe her. Beguiling. I had to look that up because I've never heard anyone use that word, and it's supposed to be charismatic, but not in an obvious way.
Thing. I don't know what beguiling is.
Yeah. She loves her crayons as well. Yeah.
She wants to sharpen her crayons.
I do like that she also harkens back to season 1 reference here with Greg Buis being a weirdo.
Yes, I was about to say that.
I thought of Ben straight away. Boy,
she's a Survivor Oz fan.
Boy. Yeah. But that's good. See, Greg was eccentric in his own kind of way, whereas I feel like she's a little bit too much of a tryhard, Aubrey. And yeah, as I said, I think she's just a little bit placing way too much emphasis on how she's perceived by other people, and I don't think that which I mean, in Survivor, it could be a good thing if you're really aware of how you're perceived, but I feel like she's too obsessed with forcing her identity on people, imposing it on people, that it's just going to annoy people. So, yeah.
Noah.
I like Aubrey. She's alright. I think she's kind of funny. I definitely see what you're saying. I don't know how genuine everything I'm reading here is and how much is her hamming it up a bit. But I liked her. I thought she was fun, bit kooky. I loved Survivor. You were most like love child of Sophie and Cochrane. I definitely see that.
Hair of Shambo.
And I love this one, Hair of Shambo. That's amazing. That sounds like a women's product or something, like a perfume.
Hair of Shambo.
Or a shampoo.
Hair of Shambo.
Hair of Shambo. Come on, Alina. She's clearly a fan. She referenced Greg Buse, and she says she's watched since she was 15. Don't think she can win. I do think she could make the merge and do well. Just don't see her as a winner. Not one of my favourites, but I like her. I think she'll make some funny confessionals. I definitely get Shireen vibes heavily. I think they're trying to cast the next Shireen. This whole cast, it seems like they're basing this off Worlds Apart because they thought Worlds Apart was a brilliant cast, which it was decent, but yeah, so it seems like they're casting the next Shireen, and it wasn't Shireen also something social media or something like internet based.
Yahoo.
It's like Google. Yahoo, yeah, that's it.
So there's a lot of Shireen parallels, similar age, all both kooky and both similar jobs, but yeah, she's fun. I liked Personal Claim to Fame, My Name, and I like that she said Hair of Shambo. So it's going to be interesting to see if she can get along with people or if she'll be alienated if she does play up to this weirdness factor.
I love her. I think she's great. To me, she reminds me more of Cochrane than anyone. I didn't see Shireen at all, to be honest. I love here why she thinks she'll be the sole survivor. I'm an expert listener and a journalist at heart. Well, fuck, I'm going to win Survivor then when I'm on Australian Survivor this year.
Oh, yeah.
And what's a journalist at heart? Like, you ask questions and you
want to write shit down.
You want to write shit down. Yes. I'm inherently observant and social. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. That's why I'm not very good. But
it all makes sense.
It's funny because it's true. She has a real thing for smells, doesn't she? Like, scented things that cover bad smells. And then in the 3 things that she could take on the island, what was it? They smell good. Crayons. So she likes to chrome herself. She sniffs crayons. She also wants to take a camera. Loses points there. Again, look around you. You are being filmed. It's TV.
Yeah, this was another big thing for me that I didn't like. Astrology books. She's a total whack job astrologist. Get away.
Wow, I thought you were going to rip more into the life coach, but it's astrology that seems to be getting...
Yeah,
that's your new...
nonsense. It's just...
One thing I will say about this cast is that none of them really look their ages. Like, she's 29, but she looks so much more mature for her age. Like, good on you, Aubrey. You're doing well. Leader of the Elves. I need to look that up.
She looks 29.
That's all. I think she looks...
Yeah, she looks 29.
I think she looks a bit older. Not saying that's wrong, but I just think she does. I'm digging myself a hole here. I've got her at 7th place for Aubrey. I like that name, Aubrey.
So does she.
She's the leader of the elves. Which are not wizards, apparently.
Wasn't that Gandalf?
Oh, no, not the fucking wizard.
No, that's Elrond, isn't it?
Isn't elves what Santa has?
That's a form of elf.
So
she's Santa.
A form of elf. I didn't actually realise there was different classification of elves.
Oh, I'm thinking like Lord of the Rings.
Oh, fuck Lord of the Rings. Stop talking about it.
It's better than Harry Potter. Do they have elves?
I think they do, isn't like Noddy? Or who's the guy? Who's the little elf?
Noddy.
It's like a
little more than little. Yeah.
Isn't Noddy that guy with the little bell on his head?
No, but there's like another.
He sleeps in bed with big ears. He's like an old man.
There's a little elf in Harry Potter. He's a house elf or something.
How does that song
we're really
go?
Anyway,
flashbacking now. We're talking about Noddy.
Anyway, I have her as my first boot.
First boot. 18th. Oh, Noddy.
Yeah.
The elves in Harry Potter are not real elves.
And the ones in Lord of the Rings are like they're not real.
Oh,
No,
yes.
it's fiction.
They've got bow and arrows and they kill orcs.
What's a real elf?
No,
I hate to
People
break
who
it
talk
to
to Gandalf.
none
I
of
hate
them
to
are
break it to you,
real.
Noel, but-
It's fiction.
Yeah, nothing's. Yeah.
Except for Noddy
Noddy's real.
And he-
Noddy's real.
and his old man friend.
His old man friend.
Wait, is Noddy a boy or a girl?
Well, either way, it's not
And
appropriate.
did Noddy drive? Surely children should not be driving.
Welcome to Survivor Oz as we analyse Noddy.
I'm going to YouTube Noddy while we do this.
Noah's tuning out to watch Noddy.
Yeah. Sorry, don't get my opinions on Barack Obama. I'm watching.
Well, Barack Obama's a huge Noddy fan. Like,
I will watch. No, I'm not. doing
my
anything
fellow
Obama.
America. I can't do Obama either.
Watch Noddy. Oh, Noddy Official is a YouTube channel with a blue tick.
Noddy.com.
Pretty sure.
Noddy
your Obama-
saves Christmas.
What if there's Noddy
Your
porn?
Obama impression sounded more like Bush than Obama. My fellow American. Well, that
Watch
sounds
Noddy.
like Clinton.
Blood.
Sounds like Clinton now.
Okay.
Make way for Noddy. A grey day in Toy Town.
Noah, where's...
I know what I'm doing after this episode. I've got Aubrey at 9th. Don't know why, but she's at 9th.
Okay, Jared has her at 8th. I've got her at 7th. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. Jared at 8th. Patrick at first boot as well. Alec at 4th. Ryan at 3rd. Ivan at 4th. Now, a lot of people high hopes for Aubrey.
I could see her being an early boot.
I love this woman just because of her swimsuit is awesome. It's a fucking tiger. Debbie Warner, 49, from Reading, Pennsylvania. She's a chemist. So that's good for her. Have we had a chemist before? Was Jim Rice a chemist?
Yeah, we had a chemist.
That's pharmaceutical sales. That's everybody.
Ramona was a chemist.
Oh, was she? Sorry, Ramona.
Remember she got demoted halfway through the season from a biochemist to a
Well, that
chemist?
was a biochemist. It's a bit different from a chemist, isn't it? Like bio.
Yeah, but then she became a chemist.
So she lost the bio title. All right. All right. Personal claim to fame. Being the first of my family to graduate college, learning was always valued, not formal education. My family is dysfunctional, to put it mildly. Inspiration in life. I just adore Tia Torres of Pit Bulls and Parolees. Talk about survive.
Parolees.
Can I act dumb here and say I have no idea what they are? Who are they?
I think that Pitbulls and Parolees might be a TV show or something, and Tia Torres is the host.
Oh, I thought Pitbull.
That's what I'm guessing.
I thought Pitbull was that rapper guy, but
Isn't Pitbull a dog?
Yeah, but I'm guessing Pitbulls and Parolees is some kind of... It's either a TV show or some kind of program that they have, and Tia Torres runs it, it sounds
Is it
like.
set in Kentucky?
No.
It's on Animal
might be in
Planet.
Pennsylvania.
It's on Animal Planet. Follows the work of Tia Torres, a renowned trainer of Pitbull Terriers and founder of the some Centre. It's an Animal Planet show. Okay, good. We've established that. Debbie looks amazing. She's not 49. I think she's lying about her age.
she
She
doesn't
looks like
look
about
49.
30.
39.
No, I think she looks younger than that. She looks great. What do they got? The water.
17.
Water in Reading, Pennsylvania. I want to drink it. Noah, what do you think of our chemist?
Love her. I love Debbie. She's great. Easily one of my favourites because she's just completely whack job, and I think she knows it. And I love her enthusiasm for everything. She kind of reminds me of like Helen Glover. Helen Glover, was that her name? Yeah.
Yes.
Helen Glover mixed with, I don't know, well, a Shambo mixed with Coach, which I love that she says Survivor contestant, you are most like Coach, period. That's amazing. Is that the first time Coach has ever been name dropped for Survivor contestant? Or most like?
I don't think so. I believe I don't know who, but I'm pretty sure.
Come on, Survivor Wiki, don't let us down. She's great. She was so entertaining in a little 2-minute thing. I hope she sticks around for a long time and gives us a lot of great little soundbite confessionals. She does have potential to maybe annoy people or annoy the audience if she's too over the top. But based on this, if she's like this, I think she's going to be one of the most memorable contestants from the season. So I hope it stays that way. But then she could just annoy everyone and she will be the first boot. Who knows? Really, really fun contestant. If you compare yourself to Coach and all those crazy things that she was talking about, just the way she talked, Helen Glover and Shambo and Coach mixed together in a blender. I'm on the Debbie train.
Paul, have you got a ticket for the Debbie train?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think she's great. She's completely eccentric and authentic in a non-try-hard way. So take note, Aubrey.
Yeah. You leave the King of the Elves alone.
You leave Noddy alone.
I wouldn't necessarily say she's a whack job like Noah thinks. I think that she's just a bit of a...
I don't think she's a whack job.
No, she's a bit of a kook. But I think
Wacky.
she's a bit of a kook. But
And she has a job.
Yeah, she's funny, and I think that she's great. I think that, she's very... she's going to be really entertaining to watch. But, I do have... just questioning how she's going to get along with her tribe mates as well. I think that people who are a little bit kind of... I don't know. She doesn't strike me as the most socially fluid person. So I feel like she's going to be a little bit headstrong, going to want to do things her own way, possibly, which, might wear on the tribe. But I'm hoping she goes far. I'm hoping that she gets far into the game. Absolutely love her pet peeves. The idolisation of garish,
you're
repugnant...
stealing my next point.
and supercilious people like the Kardashians. Yes, love that. Pets as fashion accessories. Also agree. Apathy. Don't.
So she's Paul. She's basically Paul Luttrell.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know about the third one, but the first, the idolisation of garish, repugnant, and supercilious people. Yeah, get that. She's great. Hope she goes far. Not sure if she will.
I just want to point out that the reason why this woman is awesome because she is female coach. Just exactly as you just explained there, Paul. Who uses the words idolization of garish, repugnant, and super, I can't say it.
Tarzan.
Fucking language, Ben. She bags out the Kardashians, that's what I'm trying to say. Good on you. 3 words to describe you: relentless, what's that word? Erudite and Spartan. Erudite. And reason for being on Survivor: money, because poverty sucks. And money equals power to a point.
I love how she compares herself to Hannibal Lecter. That's awesome. Hannibal
Lecter, I have good manners and am pleasant company. However, that doesn't mean I won't scramble your brains. $1 million means freedom, which is priceless to me. I'll give up, let go, surrender when I'm dead.
I can't wait.
And let's look at here. 3 things you can have on an island. Chanel number 5, as I know how bad we will smell. Dental floss, because I love clean teeth, and it has multiple uses, and a big stuffed Boston Terrier. Because that's handy on the island. Everyone, look at my dog.
Well, it's better than a skateboard.
Hobbies. She loves flying. She's coach. And she's a chemist. She's high, let's be honest, but she's great.
I wonder if she's ever been to the Amazon.
I love this woman.
And her bathing suit is amazing.
Well, Coach got married in the last year or two. Is this not Mrs. Coach?
Yeah, what if this is Coach's wife?
Debbie Wade.
Mrs. Wade.
Mrs. Wade. Mrs. Wade. I hope we have a scene where she goes dum 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 dum. Oh God! Sorry, Debbie's awesome. I have her at 9th. I hope I'm wrong. I wanted to go all the way, but yeah, she's amazing. Sorry, Paul. No, anyone.
Yeah, I've got her at 16.
Aw, boo. No.
I hope I've never been more wrong with anything. But I have her at 17th. I feel like she could be alienated from the tribe. But I hope to hell that she is the winner of this season, or in the final 3 with Ty.
Patrick 5th, Alec 15th, Ryan 7th, Ivan 11th, and I say Jared, no I didn't, 17th. So still no winner yet from Paul and Noah. Ooh. We've only got 4 more to go, so it has to be one of these 4. Joseph Del Campo, Joe, 72 years old.
Joe's back?
Joe's back. Well, he looks like Joe, got the hair. He's from Vero Beach in Florida. And just got to put this out there. Former FBI agent, fucking awesome. And let's take a moment. A 72-year-old, well, he's 71 at time of filming, but whatever. so good to have somebody over the age of 70. Is this the first time since who? When was the last 70-year-old?
Rudy.
That's simple. Okay.
First and only.
First and only. Thank you. Well, it actually says in Survivor Wiki down the bottom. Good job, Ben. He doesn't have a claim to fame. Well, he doesn't need to. He's 72 fucking years old. He is awesome.
Claim to fame is he's joining Rudy.
And he doesn't look 72. He looks like he's in his 60s. This guy is...
He could pass for 59.
Well, he could pass for 18.
He's younger than Julian.
This guy's awesome. Noah.
Yeah, I hope he's awesome.
You hope he's awesome. He is awesome.
Yeah, I like the idea of Joe, but I'm not sure if I love Joe. I love the idea of a 72-year-old coming back on the show for the first time ever since Rudy. But I think he was 71 when he filmed, so Rudy is still the oldest contestant. I love the idea of a 72-year-old former FBI agent, and he looks really physically fit. I never thought we would see a 70-year-old back on the show ever. This was a huge shock. But clearly he's capable of surviving the elements out there. His profile is pretty bare, which is to be expected, I guess. He's most like Tom Westman, which is a pretty decent pick, I think. Maybe more like Jim Lynch, but Tom Westman's a good pick.
Does look like Jim.
Yeah. So yeah, I like the idea of Joe, but he was a bit kind of flat and in his video, and I'm not sure how much airtime he will actually get on the show, even if he does stick around, which I'm sadly doubting he may not stick around for too long. So yeah, I don't hate Joe at all. I'm very excited to see how he goes on the show, and will people like the 72-year-old on a younger tribe? I hope they do. I hope he's just like, oh guy, let's get him out. So it's really cool, but at the same time, if we look away from the cool factor of a 72-year-old coming on the show, FBI agent, and not just look at that word, and actually look at his profile, he wasn't the most exciting, if we're being honest. So I'm excited for him, but I didn't absolutely love him.
Paul.
The next Golden Boy, Joe.
Yeah, my initial impression was that someone has essentially just taken Terry Dietz and shoved him down into Rudy Bosch's body, and we've got Joe. I totally get what Noah's saying. I think that it's exciting to have an FBI agent on there and a 72-year-old, but he does seem like a bit like a pretty boring beige kind of character, really. He talks about just typical kind of all-American things, which, if you're into that, might be interesting, but it just lacks a little bit of personality, I think. But who knows, it might get him far. He might kind of just fade off everyone's radar. I thought it was funny is if you could have three things on the island, what would they be and why? A comfortable chair, very old man thing to say. Nice to sit down and rest, and an iPod with earphones to play my favourite music. Oh, wonder what that would be. But also, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Is he putting his profile up, his bio, or is he auditioning for a Michael Bay film? What's he doing?
He walks out onto the beach and explosions go around him.
He's definitely going to just come in on a helicopter, you know that. Survivor contestant most like Tom Westman, I definitely see it, but I still think the Rudy Bosch, Terry Dietz thing is there. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. It's good to see the diversity is starting to bring that back in the age category.
I don't want to be mean. I was going to say in an iPod with earphones. Like, I thought he would have had like a gramophone or something. No, Ben, don't be horrible. This seriously. This is so great that we've got somebody of this age on Survivor again, because it has been so long since we've had, well, obviously since Rudy, funnily enough, but just did the math. Even if he was 56 when Survivor started, 56. So even if he was on this season as a 56-year-old, he would still be the oldest contestant on this season. So there you go. He writes in his monthly magazine in Vero Beach in Florida. That's great. And yeah, just again, let's reference former FBI agent. It was Brady, wasn't it? Was the FBI agent, was he not? Back in Vanuatu. Am I getting that correct?
Yes. Yep.
I get a lot of those men in Vanuatu confused as the same person, so
Yeah,
just
they are
making,
the same person.
making
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, Brady climbed the pole at the start, didn't he?
Yeah, that was him.
Sure. Yeah.
I definitely remember that. Well, I remember the pole, but I don't remember who it was.
Wasn't it Brooke?
No, it was Brady.
Wasn't it Chris? No, actually, we can remember.
Wasn't it John?
Wasn't it Twyla?
Wasn't it Jeff Probst? No. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm super excited that we've got an old man back on the show. So Joe, where's he finishing? Noah, you did type it in the box, but you can say it out loud.
I hope I'm wrong because I want to see what he really has to show, but maybe first boot for me. I think he's an obvious target. Brains and White Collar both lost the first challenge. He's an obvious target, the older guy. He's like 20, 30 years older than everyone else. So I hope it's wrong, but maybe a first boot, sadly, for Joe, not the next golden boy named Joe.
So he's not the golden boy. Download Euros Vision via iTunes. Paul, where's he finishing?
Yeah, I've got him at number 13.
Oh, all right. There we go. I sadly also have him as the first boot, 18th. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, I don't think I will be. What am I talking about? I'm never right with these predictions. Jared has him at 6th, Patrick at 15th, Alec also has a first boot, Ryan at 10th, and Ivan at 7th. All right, we've only got 3 more to go and still no winners picks. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And we've still got the sweep to come too, folks. Get excited for the sweep. Get excited for it. Let's now go to Liz. Elizabeth Liz Markham, a 27-year-old from New York. She's a she's smart. She's a strategist. She runs computer programs that forecast stock prices and trade automatically. And her personal claim to fame is building a blackjack card counting team. We started with 10 people investing $2,500 each, and it grew the bankroll over $500,000 in less than a year. She is absolutely gorgeous. Let's point that out. I like Liz. She's smart. She's beautiful. And she's got personality. Noah, what do you think of Liz?
I guess I like Liz. She's kind of like, what was her name? Michelle? Where she's okay. Like, I don't hate her at all. Kind of blended in the middle. I will say when I did my prediction boot list, she was the last one in. She literally just went in the last spot that I had because I just really couldn't come up with a spot for her. I couldn't gauge how Liz is going to do. Like, she could easily just be like, early boot Alexis, or she could go quite deep Sierra, or she could win. Maybe she's my winner pick. She personal claim to fame is a blackjack card counting team, so maybe that's a bonding thing with Anna Kate. And inspiration in life, my badass grandma. Lots of love for the grandparents on this cast.
So Joe's safe then. Joe's gonna.
Yeah, everyone wants Joe around. Again, her pet peeves are racism, sexism, homophobia. Maybe I don't know what pet peeves mean, but I thought pet peeves was like little things that just get on your nerves. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Or maybe she just doesn't. Maybe racism gets on her nerves, but she's not that passionate about hating it. I don't know. Yeah, Parvati, another shot down the hatch. She could easily be on the beauty tribe, and that's really about all I've got to add. I'll be very fascinated to see if she's a big character or if she's another purple Liz. So yeah, interesting.
Paul.
Yeah, I think she's got a lot of potential. I agree with everything she said. I thought that she sounded like she knew what she was talking about. wasn't kind of over the top arrogant or obnoxious, which was refreshing because it seemed like just about everyone else was, or just had something about them that really kind of irked me. But yeah, I think she's great. I think that she said some really intelligent things. She also talked about the way she's going to play, which was a combination of, was Littlefinger from Game of Thrones or something, which seems like a pretty good analogy. I think he's the guy that kind of plays the long game and makes small little incremental moves. So that seems like... What's that?
Not Goldfinger.
No, Littlefinger.
Goldfinger.
But yeah,
Liz Markham.
I think she's going to do well. I think she'll...
Quantitative strategist. Sorry, Paul.
I don't know. She didn't really say anything that kind of annoyed me, so that was a good thing.
Who did you say a second ago from I don't watch Game of Thrones. I thought you said Littlefoot from Land Before Time.
No, it's Littlefinger.
She's going to play like a character from Land Before Time.
Everyone seen that movie? That's such a good movie. I cried in that movie.
Wasn't it a TV show?
No, well, it was a movie. Then they turned it into like 18 sequels and 17 seasons of a TV show. They turned it into a musical. It's not a musical, it's an emotional story about a dinosaur trying to find its way. Anyway.
Doesn't hold a candle to Noddy.
Noddy and Land Before Time crossover. Featuring Captain Planet. He's our hero.
And Gandalf.
Just reading here. Fuck Gandalf. Get over Gandalf. Trivia. Liz was recruited for the show by Stephen Fishback of Survivor Tocantins and Survivor Cambodia. So,
is that a thing?
Apparently.
Why is he recruiting? How is he recruiting?
Does he have the power to do that?
Well, they're basing this off a tweet. Stephen Fishback tweeted on the 21st of January 2016 at 4:44 a.m. Happy cast announcement day to @EM Markham, my first ever recruit. So that apparently is enough to logic trivia fact. Okay. I like her bathing suit. It's nice. Just pointing it out there. I like Liz, and she's getting a lot of love from what I'm seeing here from our Oslets and also from the few bits I've read online. I've got her at third. I think she's making it to the end, but she won't win. But I've got a feeling here we might get this winner pick from one or both of you, Noah.
Well, I said that she literally took the spot that I had left over at the end, so no. 6. No rhyme or reason, just 6.
Okay. Paul?
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, she's my winner. I've got her as my winner pick. I think that she's going to be smart enough but subtle enough to kind of get in there for the win.
She'd be a good winner, I think.
She would be. I'd be satisfied with a Liz win. Jared has her as a winner. Ryan has her as the winner. Patrick at 6. Alec at 6. Ivan at 15th. So there we go. All right, Noah, you've got a 50-50 shot here. You've either got Peter Harkey or Barack Obama as your winner of season 32.
Well, but I thought there was going to be a twist where there's no winner. I didn't pick.
Let's start off with Peter Harkey 2.0. Neil Gottlieb. Gottlieb. I don't actually, but thanks for asking.
Gottlieb.
Gottlieb. Oh, Leaf. I love Leaf. 38 years old from Sausalito.
Again? He's not 38.
Yeah, he looks way younger.
California. He's an ice cream entrepreneur. This is Eric.
That's the dream.
This is Eric Reichenbach in 10 years' time.
He needs to employ Eric.
I want his job.
Personal claim to fame. Oh, God, there's a bit here. I started 3 Twins ice cream with my life savings of $70,000 in 2005, and at 28, after returning from the Peace Corps, I couldn't afford employees. So I did... I can't even get through this because he's Peter Harkey. He doesn't even shut up in his bio.
No.
Yeah, this is Peter Harkey.
No, this is the Joe kind of profile.
Oh, God. Like,
way too long.
Like... I'm not. I don't dislike Neil, but like seriously, as soon as I'm watching this video, I'm like, this is Peter fucking Harkey.
Well, I don't think you can summarize starting an ice cream company in one sentence.
Well, I started an ice cream company. Now we're sold everywhere.
It does ask him if you could have 3 things on the island, what would they be? And he lists 25.
His bio is so long.
Yeah.
And he actually relates to Eric Reichenbach as my brother in ice cream.
Yeah. It's good.
That's what they call each other in the ice cream industry.
Oh, there's a Parvati. Yeah, brother in ice cream.
They have
There's
a
a
special
Parvati
sauce.
and a Boston roll.
And Russell Hand.
And a Russell Hand.
Jesus.
Yeah, and Tyson.
Anyway, he's incorrigible, witty, and kind. And he doesn't like hypocritical Bible thumpers. Well, there's a lot of Bible thumpers on this
There's
season.
a lot of them, Neil.
I like that. Yeah, there's a lot of them in there.
This is the Vince of the season. Who did you say the Vince was earlier? Noah? I think this is the Vince of the season. Paul, what's your take on Peter Harkey?
Neil Gottlieb.
There's definitely some things in there that I really like about him. I think he's going to be a really interesting character to watch, but I still feel like he's just a bit of a douche. And I'm just getting douche vibes, but I do like a lot of the things he says. I can see where he's coming from. Has the greatest job on earth. I mean, that's every kid's dream, ice cream entrepreneur. Come on.
But he doesn't even like ice cream. If you actually read his thing, he says the employee doesn't like saying it, but he doesn't actually like ice cream.
Well, he's not actually a human being then. So, yeah, it's just this long bio. It just tells me he's just a bit of a dribbler. Yeah.
It's a medicine for that.
Yeah, but no, he's going to be really interesting to watch. I think that he may well go far, but who knows? He might just not get along with certain people.
Noah.
I don't know if I'm getting douche vibes from him. Just, what would you say? Maybe hipster vibes from Neil Gottlieb. Like,
same thing.
He's getting. I get
Good
Max
call.
Dawson vibes from him. I like Neil. I think he has a lot of potential. He's not one of my favourites, but I can see he's clearly passionate about a lot of things. And it seems like he does know the game. And I think he's going to play hard. He makes a lot of good points, how he's not the most physical fit, but he is quite good, so he can slide through the middle. He's going to use his charm to get there. He's going to win people over. He's got some great stories to tell. So I think he has a ton of potential. And he is a kooky... He is the... what was the word that Aubrey used? She used like some...
Noddy.
Word that, Paul, you didn't like, but he is that word. Zany, was that the word?
Noddy.
Beligule or something, I don't know.
No, she called herself Zany or something, and he's a bit more zany.
This is incorrigible, which doesn't seem like a good thing for a Survivor player to be. You kind of need to be a bit more flexible than that.
He calls himself witty, so we'll be the judge of that, but I can see him being like a funny confessionalist with a quick-witted. So overall, I don't love him, but I do like Neil, and I do like that he name-dropped Eric Reichenbach, brother in ice cream.
Brother in ice cream.
He says he's the court jester, so he's a bit hipsterish, and I don't really like hipsters, but I do think Neil could be a great Survivor player, potentially even a returnee, and has a lot of potential to go very deep into the game, if you catch my drift.
God. I have him at 14th. Just pointing that out there. Noah, where do you have him?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
4th place.
Oh, you cock tease.
Psych.
Psych. Who uses psych now?
Gandalf.
Noddy.
I think he's well versed in the game, and he could lay low, but I feel like he's not going to be let into the final 3, and I don't see Neil as the winner of Survivor.
It can't be too well versed. He wants lush pillows to take out there. They're not going to last that long once it rains.
Said that she doesn't like bad weather or something. So.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
Paul.
Jennifer Landsberg. I've got him at number 10.
10th. All right.
You didn't say anything about him.
Me? Yeah, I did. He's kooky.
Yeah, you didn't comment.
Oh, well, he seems. I mean, Peter Harkey's
amazing analysis.
Peter Harkey's an interesting guy. Neil seems like an interesting guy. Like I think he's going to bring some entertainment, and I think he's going to clash with a lot of people. And I also can see that he might even be invisible as well. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of hope.
Peter Harkey, I'm just chilling with my bro.
How How many cavities do you think he'll name drop?
Well,
He'll mention.
I don't know yet. I wonder if he'll send Noah a shirt that he wore on the island.
Oh, I love Peter. He's awesome.
He'll win Best Interview for Survivor Oz. Jared 4th, Patrick 8th, 9th Alec, 18th First Boot for Ryan, and 17th Ivan. Gee, I wonder who Noah has as the winner. Moving right along.
The president.
That's kind of lame that you left that for the end.
Well, I didn't know. Like, how did I know? Our last person we have, the 44th President of the United States of America, Barack Hussein Obama II, from Honolulu, Hawaii, in the United States, married to Michelle Obama. Currently,
He's gonna hate us.
Yeah, stop.
Okay, Peter Bagenstos. What an awesome last name. 34 years old.
That's the last name for pros.
Yeah.
Bagenstos.
Wins
from
immunity.
Minneapolis in Minnesota. I get to meet him in 2 months. I'm going to Minneapolis.
I don't think you want.
Because I'm sure everybody just walks down the street in Minneapolis. He's like, hey, do you want to meet Peter?
He looks like Obama.
You know what is so awesome about this guy is the fact that he's Barack Obama and he's also George Clooney because he's an ER doctor. And his personal claim to fame is he's a multinational. My father is from Switzerland, my mother is from Jamaica, and I'm a Swiss citizen. This guy is a Swiss Army knife. That's who he is. Like, this guy is just...
You're just saying things that associate with other things, and then, he's an ER doctor, so he must be George Clooney. He's Swiss, so he must have a knife.
Oh, Jamaica.
I didn't know the Swiss... I didn't know the Swiss were known for their knife use. I know they've got a Swiss Army knife, but I didn't think you walk down the street of neutral Switzerland, I'm going to stab you with my knife. That's the German side of Switzerland. If they're in the French side, they'd be like, I'm going to stab you with my knife.
Stop!
Shut up, Ben. Shut up. Let Paul talk.
Yeah, I like the guy. I think that he's quite likable. I think that people will kind of get on board with his plans. Bagenstos, great name. So I can hear Jeff shouting that at 38. He looks 35. Sorry, but he does look like he's still in his 20s.
Looking their ages.
Yeah,
well, he probably looks 34 if we're being fair.
No, I don't know. I reckon he looks pretty young.
How old's Obama?
50.
Like 50 odd, something.
54.
But
50?
Yeah, looks pretty good for 50. But yeah, I reckon he hates getting called Obama. I think he mentions it in his video that people constantly just call him it, so it must be annoying. I liked a lot of things he said in his video, and his bio is pretty good. The fact that he's called himself a narcissist, I'm not really sure what to think about that, because it's just a weird thing to say about yourself. It's kind of like he was celebrating it in a way, but I don't know. But yeah, I think he'll do well in the game, but I'm worried that he's going to be perceived as too much of a threat. I think that he's going to be very likable, athletic, and the fact that he's an ER doctor as well, I think that people will get nervous about taking him to the end because he's going to draw votes just simply because of his profession.
Noah, talk about the winner of Survivor, Rong.
Winner. Can I also preface this by saying last season I said that Monica Padilla would win. Before that, I said that So Kim would win. Before that, I said that Val Collins would win. Before that, I said that Garrett Adelstein would win. So, yeah, Peter's not going to win. He is definitely not the winner. There is some things going against him, like the doctor thing could be an issue, and maybe he will lie about that, probably not. But I don't know, he seemed really just likable. He's got the Obama thing, which I feel sorry for him, but if he uses that as a joking and a way in with the tribes, he could be, if he's just really easygoing, that will be his benefit. He's not over the top physical, but he is still strong, so he's not going to be, if Scott's up against him, people are going to probably be targeting Scott more than him. So yeah, he seems to know the strategy, seems to have the social and the physical, so I think he has a lot of potential, but again, I've never got the winner ever close, so he won't win. don't think he's a fan of Rob as a podcast, though, because his pet peeves is know-it-all. So
Yeah, they're great pet peeves. Bombastic people. Yes.
He
I
would
do
like
like
us.
the middle one.
He would love Survivor Oz.
Yeah, but he doesn't like Rob as a podcast for some reason.
Doesn't like
Know-it-all.
bros.
But hopefully he's not on a tribe with Caleb, because his middle one is he doesn't like bros, which I agree, Peter. I do not like air quotes bros either.
I'm with you there.
Except for if you're Rodney. Yeah, look, Baggins is probably not going to win, but he has potential. And again, this cast is very self-aware, because the first thing I thought when I watched this video, Obama's won the season, and then halfway through the thing, he actually brings up the Obama thing, and I think this should be the last time we mention it, because if he ever listens to Survivor Oz, he's going to hate our guts.
Well, he hates know-it-alls, so he would like us, as I said, so he's fine.
Well, he didn't clarify that he would like us either, so
I like dumb bums. I like Survivor.
He's a big fan of D&D or something like that.
Oh, who is it?
D&D a lot.
We love D&D.
Well, D&D is the Switzerland of Survivor podcasts.
They have knives.
Like, they're just there, and they're mutual.
We are D&D. I'm going to stab you with a knife because I am French.
Hello, and welcome to a Survivor Talk with
Probably
D&D.
going to run into some branding issues. D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, we are called Survivor Oz, so I
we're
think
from
they're-
Australia.
I like the person he's most like is Pete. He just googled Survivor contestants named Pete and did a Scott Pollard. And
I think that was the one thing that I was, one of the few things that I had a problem with. He said he made clever comments and he was educated, had good insight, and appropriately stirred the pot. I would say inappropriately because it ended up backfiring on him, and he didn't.
Can you appropriately stir the pot?
Left, I think.
I guess you can stir it to create chaos, to position yourself in a better place.
Well, Tony.
What if they
Tony? Yeah.
What if they do that in Kentucky?
Some people can thrive in chaos.
I think he should have said Peter Harkey if you're going to say a Pete, but that's just me.
I am hoping that the big twist of this season is that they will actually reveal this is Barack Obama. Like,
he's just got some makeup on.
He will get to the final tribal council, guys. I really am Barack Obama, and you have to vote for me to win. Otherwise, you will be deported to Kentucky. I really have nothing against Kentucky. I really don't. You make great chicken.
Peter is my winner pick, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's my favourite. But I do like him, so come on, PDB, don't let me down. Win the game.
Got just a couple of things here. 3 words to describe him: eclectic, tenacious, and shameless. And he wants to bring his ukulele. Why not?
That would be a Sonia.
Sonia and a
bye.
And
he also wants to bring a drone.
Well,
I think I thought he's trying to avoid
Obama. He's Obama. We're trying to get the lay of the land, make sure Cambodia is not going to invade ISIS over there. He joins the great ranks of fellow Minnesotians in Survivor history. Gary Strateski, who I'm glad to say I will be enjoying a meal at Outback Steakhouse with in about 2 months' time. Ashley Traynor and Keith Tollefson. So,
the three classics.
The Hall of Fame of the Minnesota Survivor contestants.
I saw it.
But the only second contestant from Minneapolis. He joins Gary Strateski from Minneapolis. So maybe I'm going to text him.
He can join you at Outback Steak.
gonna have a nice Outback steak with Gary and Obama.
Show up in the limousine, security. All right, we should stop. He will hate.
I could totally go up to him and say, "Hey, what's up, Obama? I'm the Prime Minister this week." Because they would believe it, because that's what happens in Australia. Not funny if you don't follow Australian politics. Let's go to the ring.
I still think it wasn't funny if you do.
Ben Waterworth telling unfunny jokes since 1987. Paul, where's he finishing?
I have him at number 11. 11th.
Okay, that's good. I have him at 4th. I think he will go very deep, but won't quite make it. Jared has him at 10th.
Winner.
Patrick at 11th. You've got him at the winner. Yes, no, we know. Alec at 16th. Ryan at 6th. And Ivan at 10th. I've got it. I don't know. I'm feeling the love for Peter. And I've never been to Minneapolis or Minnesota in my entire life. But the fact that I'm going there, because everybody always asks me, oh, Ben, where are you going to in America? Oh, you're going there. Why are you going to Minneapolis? Like, it's just like the question.
What if Peter has a watch party? You can go to his watch party.
Hey,
because it would be during the season.
That would be kind of cool. And I would be the only one there.
Why?
All the massive Minnesota survivors.
No, Papa Smurf and Keith Tolliverson will be there.
You can bring Whitney.
Yeah, that's 4.
What about Ashley Trainer? She's from Minnesota.
She can come if she asks nice.
Hi, Ashley. Would you like to come? No. Oh, I can't wait to go to Minneapolis. All right.
Come on, Pete. Win the game.
Okay, well, that's it. We're done. So we've only really now got a few final questions to get to and our sweep. If you've never listened to a preview episode before, we have some random little questions here to go at the end. So we'll start off with who will win. Well, we've already answered that basically, so to confirm, I've got Anna. Noah, you have Pete. And Paul, you have got Liz. So,
Yep.
There you go. And as for the first boot, well, Noah and I have both got Joe, if I'm not mistaken, and Paul, you have got Aubrey. So, just going to fill in the blanks. Who will be this season's GOAT? Paul.
Yeah, I've got 2. I think Darnell and Michelle.
Darnell.
Do I have to choose one?
Michelle. No, you can go with both. I'll let you get away with that. Noah.
Sadly, I think it could be Darnell. Hope not.
Well, based on my top 3, I'm going to say Liz, because I've got her in 3rd. So our final 3. So I've got Anna, Nick, and Liz. Noah's top 3 is Pete, Darnell, and Julia, and yours is Liz, Michelle. And
Darnell.
Okay, beautiful. Who will be this season's no vote getter? I'm going to go with Liz again. Noah?
I think Darnell and Julia will both get 1 vote.
So there'll be no vote getters?
Hi,
I'm guessing that's...
What?
Oh, sorry, I was speaking in Japanese. Yes.
Oh, I went to Japan. Ha! Paul!
Darnell, I think.
Darnell. All right. Which contestant do you think is most likely to return? Noah.
Let's say Debbie.
Paul.
Darnell.
You're answering Darnell.
Just saying Darnell for everything.
You can hear me typing really loud. I'm going to say Anna. She's coming back. Which tribe will lose most members pre-merge / switch? Noah?
Chandlo.
Chandlo. Yep, all right. I don't know why I thought there for a second. Paul?
Pre-merge, did you say?
Yeah, like before the merge.
I don't think it's how we try it.
Yeah, I'm going to say Brains are going to use the most.
Is that Chandlo?
Dunno.
Yes, they're Chandlo. I am going to say Fondle the Gondle. Well, the stupid thing is, we can just look at our prediction. I don't even know what I've got. Fuck it, whatever. Which former player will be mentioned first this season? I'm going to say Dan. Let's go out on a limb and say Dan, because they're all in the worlds apart mindset. Let's not forget that. So there's going to be no Cambodia references here. Noah?
I think either Linda Spencer or they didn't see 31, so Linda Spencer or Mike Holloway.
Oh my god, if Linda Spencer is mentioned, like...
Can I be on the team?
Paul.
Let me on the team!
I'm going to say Joe Anglem.
That's a good call. Good call. Who will get the most confessionals, aka the Russell edit? Noah.
Maybe. Even though I've got him in 8th place, let's just say Kyle.
Paul.
Nick Majorano.
Yep, I'm going with Nick too. Nick's getting the most. Who'll get the least? Who'll get the purple Kelly / Kelly Wigglesworth edit? I am going to say Julia. Noah.
Michelle.
I will say Alicia Holden.
Oh, that's a good one.
Alicia. What colour will the merch tribe be? Noah, are we going for Google print images of Russell Hance again this season?
I didn't think what it could be. Go to Paul.
Paul?
I'm going to go with clear.
I'm the only logical one on this podcast. I'm going to go for a legitimate answer, and I am going to say green, because we brought it back, and it's coming back again. Noah?
Just an appropriate one for where I've been. Hello Kitty Aqua.
What about just a nice simple brown?
Brown? Pooh Brown?
Or beige or something.
Who will be the first to find an idol? Let's go with Nick again. I'm going to go with Nick again. Paul?
Darnell.
God damn it.
No.
Noah?
Lanzetti.
Who?
Lanzetti.
Oh, what's her name? What's her first name?
Jenny goes on by.
Oh, God. Who will receive the most votes against him this season? I am going to say Nick. Paul?
I'm going to also say Nick.
Noah?
Scott.
Who will be Prope's favourite? Noah?
Ooh. Baggenstoves.
That's Peter, isn't it? Yes. Paul?
I'm also going to say Baggenstows.
I am going to say Nick again. Who will be Prope's least?
Think you're in love.
I am. Who will Prope's more so than Anna? Who will be Prope's least favourite? I'm going to say Alicia. Noah.
Sydney.
And Paul.
Aubrey.
Is that yours or Prope's? Will there be a quitter? If so, who will it be? I'm going to say no. There won't be one. Noah.
Yeah, nah.
Paul.
Although, wait, but he did say, Jeff said this was the toughest season they've ever had. So maybe I'll change it to Alicia.
Jeff also said that Karamoan was good. Paul.
Ooh, I think that Sydney might. I think that she's a bodybuilder, and I think that just the breaking down of the muscles, I think she'll start to freak out about that, and she won't want to sabotage her athletic career, and she might call it quits.
Okay, showmance of this season. Will we have one, Noah? And who will it be if we do?
I'd love to see Joe in a showmance, but maybe Debbie and Kyle.
I'm going to say Joe and Julia.
Oh, yeah, that could be one.
Father-daughter.
I'm going to say Debbie and Joe.
What about Ty and Joe?
Well, I don't think Joe would be into that.
Be like Richard
I
and
don't
Rudy.
think Ty would be into that either.
It'd be Richard and Rudy 2.0.
Richard and Rudy.
Now, I'm changing this question. Instead of asking who will be a medivac, I'm going to change it to how many medivacs will there be? Because this is Survivor Death. I'm going to say there will be 3 or 4. 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Noah.
Yeah, you have to think if they build an entire promo out of it. I was going to say 2, but maybe I'll say 3 if they're building an entire thing. But you'd think that if the promo's about it, maybe then it would be the most medivacs ever. So maybe 4 is correct. But I'll say 3.
Maybe there'll be none, and it's just a massive cock tease.
Well, we have seen some of their previews that are real cock tease.
Ball.
I am going to say also number of medivacs.
So how many will there be?
Yeah, I'm going to say 2. And I think maybe there's a quit as well. And maybe a few other people get a bit injured but stay in the game. I think that's enough for them to make a big deal out of it. So I'll say 2.
Alrighty, there we go. That's our questions. It's so short now that there's only like 3 of us here, and well, we're going to look back at that now. I was capping, not laughing at any of them. Good job, guys. Alright, let's now go to our sweep. Now, for any...
I've got a question.
Oh, please, ask it, Noah.
Which tribe will be dissolved or absorbed? Like, which one will disappear after
there's
4
a good question, Noah Groves. Let me just type that in my little box.
And wasn't there another one we were going to ask?
Oh, who would have the last name mentioned or something? Which tribe will be dissolved? Do we want the last name question?
Yeah.
So well pre-planned here in Survivor. This is why we're an award-winning podcast in Eastern Europe.
We do our pre, post, and production all at once.
You learn how a podcast is made on Survivor Oz. Which contestant will... This is great hearing Ben Waterworth type on Microsoft Excel. Which contestant will be first referred to by their surname? All right, so which tribe will be dissolved? I am going to say Beauty, which is the fucking Fondle Gondle. Yep. God damn it. I can't type properly. No.
I'm going to say Brains, only because Brains and White Collar were dissolved.
From Boston.
Yeah, they're dissolved.
Paul.
Yeah, I'm going to say Brains as well.
All right, who will be by their last name first? I'm going with Obama. What's his name? Peter. Yep. Peter.
Bagenstows.
We're all on the same page.
No.
Oh, all right, sorry.
I think for sure it will be Pollard.
Vicky Pollard.
Jeff Probst loves these sports guys' last name.
That's true. Scotty too hotty. Paul.
Ooh, it's tough. Pollard or Lanzetti? I think
Lanzetti flows well, but she is a woman, and Jeff doesn't like to give women last names unless they're Wigglesworth.
I reckon he'll eventually call it Lanzetti, but I think that Pollard will probably pop up first.
Pollard, so you're on the Scotty too hotty train as well.
Yeah.
All right, now let's try this again. Our sweep is if nobody knows what this is, then you are new to Survivor Oz. Basically, we get an opportunity for our Oz. Let's put their hand up, say, yes, I would like to be in a sweep, and I will draw out 18 names right now, and I will go over each of the Ozlets who will pay $10 to appear in this sweep, and then the winner of the sweep gets a great prize of $100. Person who gets first boot gets $20. Noah. And then what do we have? Like $35 and $25 for the second and third, or something like that.
Also, tune out now if you want.
Yeah, this is kind of boring, this bit, guys. So
bye.
See ya. So basically, and what I'm going to do, because everyone goes off at me for doing an alphabetical order, I have gone to random.org. I am pasting names in there right now, and they've randomized this list for me. So this is the order that I will be doing it in right now. Starting off with
I like this bit.
Gemma. Gemma making her debut in our Survivor Oz sweep. Hello, Gemma. And I am shaking this up in a little hippie cup that my
Technically, she took Joppy's spot last season.
Well, we didn't officially confirm that, so the money would have gone to Norway. All right, Gemma's pick is, and now I've printed these names out, and this is all done fairly. I don't have this rigged. Well, straight away, Gemma's got Peter. So apparently, according to Noah,
rigged.
She's going to win. So
there you go, Gemma.
Congratulations, Gemma. Your first time, you're winning. All right. Next on the list is Alec. Alec, not Alex. Alec. And I'm not sure if this... No, I think he was in last season.
Alex?
He will be in this one, Noah. Thank you. He is... Oh, fuck it off. Anna. Oh, god damn it.
He's getting on the winner pick.
Yeah, you didn't ring this, Ben, because I was meant to go second, wasn't I? Actually, I was meant to go third. Speaking of Alex, here is Alex Morello. Hello, Cable. How are you? Well, Cable was meant to be here tonight, folks, but Cable's important in life, so he couldn't be here. Alex Morello has got Caleb. Well, you're not winning any money there, Alex. Here we go. Our favourite person next, Kristen. Oh, Kristen.
I didn't want to be in the sweep.
I'm not going to say the comment that she said in our group because it might offend some people. All right, Kristen has gotten Sydney. All right, there we go. She'll be thrilled with that one.
No money for you, Chris. Great. Waste of money.
Which hasn't paid technically yet. So none of them are paid, so they can all back out. Next, we have got Jordan. He was in it last year, wasn't he? He was, yes. All right. Can't get you open, Jordan, as in the piece of paper. That's a bit inappropriate there, Ben. Aubrey. Now, Paul breathes a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Who do you want, Paul? And don't say the winner.
Oh, Elizabeth Markham. Oh.
Jordan has gone. Clifton is next. Hello, Clifton. Does a great job with our recaps, Clinton, if you like to call him that too. I wonder if there's a train going by at this moment. He's got Nick. So
that's a decent one.
Decent. All right, Ryan is next. Hello, Ryan. Ryan qualifying lap. Oh, shit. Just bang my microphone, Ben. Doing well with the shaking of the names. Where are you, Noah, on this list? Have you been on this list? You aren't on this list. What?
Oh, what?
I'm not even joking here. Hang on.
I want to play.
Did you put your name down?
Hang on. Shit, what have I done here? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, because I haven't got you on the list.
Just do me next.
Oh, okay then. If you want to, Noah.
I'm glad to know that I leave for 1 week. I was only in a freaking different country for 1 week, Ben.
Ryan as Neil. Alright, so you want to go next, do you, Noah? Okay.
I just don't want to go.
So Paul actually was next, but now you're going ahead of Paul. So this is Paul's
let
pick.
Paul go. Paul can go.
Alright, hang on. Who is this for? Who wants this next one?
I'll take it.
Alright.
Now he's going to get a
If
really
Paul
shit
wins
one.
this season, Noah, you are going to...
My freaking manners.
Alright, Paul. You've taken Noah's spot. Oh my god, you've gotten Liz!
Yes!
Wow, good call, Paul. Well done. Noah.
Jeez, I should have been nice.
Alright, Noah, you want to go next?
Yeah.
Please,
Not even in.
please get Joe Del Campo or something.
Oh, you've got Jennifer.
Lands it.
Hey.
Alright. Oh god, if Liz wins, Noah's got to be like $100.
I quit.
Julian's next. Hello, Julian. We like Julian. He was on our OzCap last night. Debbie. Got Debbie. Did you just say Debbie? All right. Next to go is Rosie. Sorry, you don't get Caleb, Rosie.
I can't tell, does he love or hate him? I didn't get that job.
Nobody gets Rossi.
Very funny one.
He got Michelle. Well done, Michelle. All right, who's next? Patrick. Hello, Patrick. We like Pat. Patty G. Patty G with crooked clock. Patty is G'ing it all up to Alicia. All right. Cable is next. Oh, fellas. I didn't want them. What did Wrigglesworth? He's got Scott. Well, he likes Scott. He likes
but he wins
basketball. All right. Next we have Jarrod. Hello, Jarrod.
Joe.
You wanted to get Joe. He's got Kyle. He's going to feel a bit of the bounty hunter there. All right. How many have we got left? Oh, God.
Well, half of them aren't even on the list.
Nick. Oh, well, God. Here we go. Here's the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Survivor Kaoh Rong will be this person I draw out. Julia. All right. Well, maybe. That would be interesting.
This is not the year for Nick. No.
God, he's the new Jimmy. Jimmy's still going to win this. Colin is next. There's only 3 left. Myself, Colin, and Gabriel. And Colin is next. So what's Colin going to get? God, please be Joe. Please be Joe. Please be Joe. Yes, he's got Joe. Thank fuck for that. All right, I'm next, so I'm second last.
Who's left?
Who is left? I keep hitting the microphone.
Darnell's in there, I think.
Darnell and
Nick.
Oh, Nick. Oh, God, if this is Nick.
No, Nick's
been chosen.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he has. Clifton.
You said.
Oh, sorry.
Caleb, has he been picked?
My bad.
What about Ty Train?
Oh, it's Darnell and Ty. So
Oh, no.
It's a lose-lose situation in terms of the grand
At least
prize.
it will be the very first time I ever get a man. Every team I've gotten is a woman. Oh, God, I'm fucked. Why do I always get... I might get first boot. So, who have I got? I don't want to open this. I can't even fucking open the fucking thing. Darnell. Oh, far out.
You might get money. I
think Darnell probably has a better chance of winning than Ty.
I'm not fucking playing this game. To make sure that I've done this correctly, Gabriel, Our Geelong correspondent has gotten Ty. There we go. All right.
So who have you had? Ben Darnell and Abby Murray.
Abby, I had Marissa. I had So. I had Kelly. Who did I have in Psalm 1 Del Sur? I can't remember who I had in Psalm 1 Del Sur. Shit, fuck.
You have Kelly Wentworth.
No, I think I had
Val.
Val. Did I have Val?
I don't know.
Oh fuck, I don't remember. Who remembers anything from that long ago? So just going through our sweep then, and we'll close this out. Alec has Anna, Alex has Cable, I have Darnell, Cable has Scott, Clifton has Nick, Colin has Joe, Gabriel has Ty, Gemma has Peter, Jared has Kyle, Jordan has Aubrey, Julian has Debbie, Kristen has Sydney, Nick has Julia, Patrick has Alicia, Paul has Liz, Rossi has Michelle, Ryan has Neil, and Noah doesn't exist. He has Jennifer. So there we go. That's it, and we're done. Kaoh Rong is gone so long. We've gone over 3 hours, which is not too bad.
Nothing Kaoh Rong.
Nothing Kaoh Rong. So just about whereabouts we wanted to be with this episode. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and please direct all complaints to survivoroz@hotmail.com.au. Usually happens after one of these episodes. Noah, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated, as always.
Thank you. I like this cast, so I'm looking forward to 2 weeks' time. It's going to be another season.
And Mr. Latrell, Paul, thank you for your time as well.
Yeah, it's been good. I can't wait until, was it February 17 that it airs?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, something.
February 17?
February.
That'll be
earlier than normal.
Yep, 2 weeks away, so it's going to be great.
We apologise for the delay in getting this to you folks. It's been a busy January. No excuses, whatever. You're sick of it. But we're back, and we look forward to covering Survivor Kaoh Rong with you. It's going to be slightly different this season. We're changing it up a tad when it comes to our Oz Topsies, and bringing you a little bit more content and just switching up a little bit. So stay tuned. We'll announce some more details a little bit closer to the time. And I'll be jet-setting for about a month of this season. So, yeah, you won't have to put up with me as much. Yay, woohoo. SurvivorOz.com, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on iTunes, and continue to love us, especially in Eastern Europe. But until we next speak again, my name is Ben, the Tribe has spoken. We will speak to you next time on the trains here on Survivor Oz.